Hey guys, Captain Cuba here, and welcome to a very much impromptu stream. Like, I was not expecting to be doing this. I was not expecting to be doing this at all. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. So, we had San Diego Comic Con a couple of weeks ago, I want to say, and PlayStation or Santa Monica said that they were gonna be recording the God of War Laufey panel, right? And I know that with the Wolverine one, it took them about a day and a half to actually get it up. But with the God of War one, it just I kept like refreshing the PlayStation page. I thought it was gonna be within hours, given that it's one of PlayStation's most popular games coming out in a couple of months, right? I thought it was gonna be really quick, but it, I gave up hope. I did not have any hope that they were gonna upload. Oh, I guess something went wrong. The recording went wrong, and I just didn't assume it. But just a few minutes ago, how long ago? 53 minutes ago. I'm looking at it right now. They uploaded it, and as I promised, I was going to be doing a members hangout. Right? I want to start doing these ones more. I want to rewatch the Racing Curtis documentary, probably like all of the documentary, like the development documentaries of the Greek games as well. It's a lot of things that I want to start doing again for the members. But I know a lot of you are complaining about it. Again, I wish I was thinking of doing this tomorrow, but for one thing, this feels more like a time sensitive thing, and also I got some things to do tomorrow. Guys, life is a little bit hectic. All right, so it's a little bit chaotic these days, so I apologize for the lack of uploads. I apologize for the lack of live streams. There's a lot of moving pieces right now, and it can get a little bit insane, you know. Oh, I got a new member. Wait, hold on. I can't see him. It's not loading here. Hold on a second. Let me properly say hi to this new member here. Oh, welcome to Spartan Soldiers, and then he retracted it. Hey man, thank you for being a member for a few seconds. I still appreciate it, you know. But let me go ahead and get started. I see a super chat. Let's see. All right, what do we got? What's up, Dean? How you doing, man? Yeah, Sony was trying to distract us from this drama. You know, that's what I thought actually. I thought that they didn't want to upload the panel because they've been getting a lot of heat in all of their comment sections. So I thought, maybe they're just not doing it because to avoid heat. Because again, God of War Laufey is probably like their biggest game right now. I know Wolverine is pretty big, but I think God of War is in a league of its own right now. So I was thinking that maybe they wanted to avoid the heat, but it just took them longer for whatever reason. It just took them longer, and I think King's Corp said earlier that he was watching it by himself and waiting for me. So I don't see it now. I don't know what's going on. Let me redo this thing. Hold on a second. Let me see. No, I thought I saw that. I thought I saw that. You know. Hey, congrats on 100 million channel views, Cap. Yeah, I recently hit that milestone, and I hit it exactly on my 10-year anniversary of the channel as well. You know. Sir Sid was the new member, and YouTube deleted his thing. I feel bad. I feel bad for Sir Sid. I feel bad. But anyway, so here's the God of War Laufey panel. I'll be reading comments every once in a while. I'm not sure like how many big surprises we're gonna learn here. Like the big things we already learned, but we're gonna be talking about them along the way. So here we go.
Please welcome our moderator, head of creative at Santa Monica Studio, Corey Barlow.
The man of the hour. Let me know how the audio is, by the way.
All right, that's a lot of people. All right. Thank you for joining us, 4,000 of my closest friends, to discuss a little bit about God of War. So much exciting stuff has been going on with God of War lately. We have the God of War remakes that we just announced recently. We're super excited about that. That's going to be pretty exciting. We have the Laufey game that we're going to be talking about today. You just saw some stuff up there like that. You know, I was actually talking to the...
Turn it up, dear God. I just saw it. I just saw it. I just saw it. Here we go. I'm doing it. There we go.
The next creative...
Let me know if that's better, guys. I'm sorry if it was kind of low. Holy 53 months. Member for 53 months. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. It means a lot, man. I mean, yeah, it's worse signing than Ryan Hurst. Well, someone said like they cast a new actor for the God of War series. I don't think they have. Have they? I just now saw that they were maybe considering Dave Bautista, new Kratos actor. I don't think they have a new one yet, right? No, it just says it's the same news that he's getting recast. Yeah, Dave Bautista. That was 36 minutes ago. He's in talks to play Kratos. I will say though, if it's Dave Bautista, the budget for the show just got way more expensive. I'll give him that. I'll say that. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. A lot of people have always said Bautista, but to me, he just doesn't look like him. I actually think Ryan Hurst would have looked better, ignoring that image we saw of him. But you know, maybe Corey's throat is sore and he can't speak louder. Shame on you, Kona. Nah, he's fine.
Game,
it should be fine now.
About all the different things that are going. Oh fuck! Did I just announce the next Kratos game?
Well, we missed it.
About all the different things that are going. Oh fuck! Did I just?
How did I miss it?
Yeah, I was actually talking to the director of the next Kratos game earlier this week about all the different things that are going. Oh fuck! Did I just announce the next Kratos game?
I gotta say something. Corey knows how to work a crowd, because this is essentially what Corey did here. I'm not gonna say it's damage control, but I'm gonna say that the reason why he did this, I'm pretty sure, is because of the whole group of fans that thought that God of War was now going to be a Laufey series, like just following Laufey, right? There was a lot of misconception about that, and it's the same thing that the Horizon people did with the multiplayer game. The first thing they got up and said when they announced the multiplayer game was like, we love making single player games and we're going to make one, but it was too rigid, right? Cory Barlog did the same thing in a joking way, and it's just it was much better received. It's the same thing. He did the same thing, you know. David Bautista is half Greek. Well, I don't care if he's I don't really care if he's Greek. I just want him to look the part. And to me, he just doesn't look like it. He's got the muscles, but I'm not sure about the height. Like his head shape just doesn't look right for the role, I feel like. I don't know, maybe I'm being nitpicky. But to me, he just doesn't look like what I would imagine a live action Kratos to look like. But then again, maybe that is the problem with making this game into a live, did I say live service? No, live action. With making a live action God of War show. Just make it animated. Just make it animated, you know? David Bautista is also a terrible choice for Kratos. I still think they should go with Jason Momoa. You know, I think he looks the part. I think he's a pretty good actor, you know, when given the right role. He is a little bit goofy sometimes, but I think it'll work out if they go with him.
Okay. Cone of silence, people. I need everybody to just forget that you heard that. Kratos is in another game immediately after this, directly connects to the events of the Laufey game, but I don't say anything about it to anybody. You gotta promise. All right? It's very important because I could get fired if you tell anybody else.
See, it's brilliant. I know people have talked about this before, but again, it's just brilliant because it's not only telling you, reassuring you that there's going to be more Kratos games, he's also telling you that if you want to understand this Kratos game, you're going to have to buy the God of War Laufey. I would say that this is a double-edged sword, what he's doing. Like, they're doing something similar to Marvel, the MCU, and it's dangerous because when it works, they can be one of the richest IPs ever when it works. But what happens when people start losing interest in that? Right now, for me, I'm somewhat interested in Avengers Doomsday. But not as much because there's been so many movies that I just lost interest in that I don't really know what leads up to Doomsday, right? The moment that interconnectedness starts to falter is when people start losing interest in one or two games. And then you're like, yeah, but I'm not going to get the third one. That is a problem that I could foresee happening in the future, you know? He's legit Kevin Feige right now. I love it. That's what I mean. Like, right now, God of War is doing good. God of War is doing good, and hopefully it continues like that forever, you know? But they're going to have to really look at the mistakes that Marvel made and try to avoid them, because Marvel right now is not doing that good. I know they just had a new Spider-Man movie and they're doing pretty good, but they've had to go back to like the main characters. They're bringing Tony Stark back, not Tony Stark, but they're bringing Robert Downey Jr. Right? And what is Santa Monica doing right now? They might be heading in a direction of spreading themselves too thin. You know, it's like, yeah, why don't we do a Laufey game? Oh, maybe we're doing a Sindri game. What if people start losing interest a little bit, you know, because you're moving away from the main sauce of the series, right? I'm down for the Laufey game. I'm down, but I'm just seeing a possible problem in the future. You know, that's the only thing. They've made Ryan have an accident on set so he can have his role. Break his knees. What happened to? Oh no, it was a tore up bicep, I think. Yeah, I think so.
Yes, the franchise is going in some pretty amazing directions, and we have some really awesome people that you get to see talk a little bit about their experience of working on the latest project. But first and foremost, I want to bring out the director of the game, my friend, somebody who I've worked with for, if I say the amount of years, it makes me feel really old, so for a really long time, because I'm feeling really fucking old. But she is absolutely amazing, Ariel Lawrence. Yes. There was a little bit of debate whether or not the people who were on the panel were going to be able to make the panel at the right time, so there was a point where I might have to change the order, but I don't have to change the order. And this is what you're going to get, my inner monologue the entire time.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, I know. So the very first cast member I would like to introduce.
I thought about the idea that the cube is primordial and he's an entire myth universe inside him somehow. Something is inside him. Maybe he's a portal to the living. I think there's got to be something special about him. I agree. There's got to be something special about him. I'm just not sure if it's going to be someone. I'm really leaning towards the theory that he's a part of the everyone itself, and he's going to be very integral in Faye coming back to life. That's kind of where I'm standing right now, you know? Hey, Uncle Elias, thank you so much, man. Welcome to the Spartan Soldiers. I appreciate it. You're rejoining, I see. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely wonderful, wonderful human being. She's been in some shit with Marvel. She was a vampire at one point. Miss Deborah Ann Wall as Faye.
I literally ran here.
She ran.
I was waiting for someone to comment, and it turned out to be Dean. Dean comes in with like, "Mommy." I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I kind of like what Mayo said in his video of like God of War Laufey. Like, people were a lot of, oh, like she looks ugly in the game, and I'm like, she's pretty enough. I buy her dinner is what Mayo said. I'm like, I get that, you know? Is she the most gorgeous person ever? Maybe not, but does it matter? And I don't know, look, it's just something that I was kind of on the side of Stellar Blade, if you will, where it's like, there were a lot of people who's like, no, female characters should not look like this. I'm like, no, if they want to, if developers want them to look like that, they have a right to do so. But it doesn't mean that every female character needs to be a sex icon. It doesn't mean that. You get what I mean? Like, I feel like that would detract so much if they were doing like gooning shots. Is that a thing? Goon shots? If they were constantly doing goon shots with Faye, I think it would detract from the experience. That's not what you want. In fact, I feel like this is gonna make me sound kind of gay, even though there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, I feel like that's one of the things that kind of I didn't like about Stellar Blade, where it's like, another thing was like the gameplay wasn't very good in my opinion. It was just another Souls-like, right? But it's like, it's just a gooning game. That's all there is, you know. And it's just, I'm sure there's more to that. I'm sure there's more, okay? But it's like, I don't really want that for every single game. Am I crazy? Am I the only one who thinks this? I don't know, man. She doesn't look bad. Wait. She doesn't look bad off of a 1,500 milligram gummy. I miss my gummies. Anyway. What'd you say? Oh, sure, yeah. Sorry, I didn't see him. Okay, all right, let's go. She said, try not to pause too much. All right, fair.
Friends who again are saying
Hey, Steven, what's up, man?
said earlier.
Steven, long time no see, man.
Church of the Room.
We're going to continue on introducing some really awesome people. Somebody who I've worked with for a while. He's really into golf. I think as a hobby, he acts as well. He played a smaller character in an indie sort of game production called God of War. His name is Christopher Judge, and he is fucking Kratos.
Where is it? Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. I know she told me not to pause. Look at that. You see that? You guys see that? You guys see that right there? Enhance. What do we see there, guys? What do we see there? Oh, that's, what is it called? Inconspicuous necklace? That totally means nothing. I'll be talking about that in my next video. Is that the Eye of Ra that I see there? Interesting. Goon shots, Captain Kuba 2026. There's a lot of those shots, man. It's kind of unnecessary. I don't know.
Continuing on down the line, an absolutely incredible performer, a wonderful human being. She is in Creamery. She is from New Zealand, and her name is Perlita Lau, and she plays Rue. It's another actor who I'm pretty excited about.
Wait, in real life she's 6'5", in the trailer they made her 4. Why downgrade assets? You got a bit of disrespect to her as well. I don't know, man. I just don't see like the huge change. I do see like she looks different in God of War Ragnarok. I'll give her that. I'll give you that. But it's like, I don't know. I don't necessarily hate how she looks. I don't know. It's just it's not something. It's not a hill that I'm dying to die on. Is what I'm saying. Oh.
He's done a few things. He's really an up-and-comer. He's just starting out on the indie scene. Done a little thing. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's about boys. He's also in fucking Star Trek, so that's really what I'm most excited about. Please welcome Jack Quaid. It's Frank.
It's the questionable character, huh?
Oh my God. Hello, Comic-Con. Hi.
It's so good. Are you guys all having a good Comic-Con so far?
Turn up the video. Okay.
Yeah? Are you
Give me a sec, guys. Gotta turn up the video.
I'm sorry, I forgot to ask my friend.
I hope that's good.
That's so good. I'm having an excellent Comic-Con. I actually bought Season 6 Stargate SG-1 trading cards.
Take a shot every time Cuba pauses. The thing is, I don't like hearing people talk while I'm talking. I'm too important. I have to talk by myself, you see. Not even Corey can talk over me.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Price to be negotiated later.
I mean, I'll pay, of course. You're right. All right, one of the first things, I want Ariel to talk a little bit about the art card. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with that.
Yes, hopefully people have been passing these out. So these are kind of a collector's art card. They are illustrated by a friend of the studio, Megan Lara. She is showing in the art hall. CC19, please visit her booth. She does amazing work, and we will reveal some more things about these cards later on. Thank you.
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
Hold on to this one.
Oh.
Excellent. All right, so we have a bunch of questions.
I'm sorry. I gotta pause it again. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be annoying. I'm sorry. I like to pause. So it was Morse, I think. Not Morse. Someone else found this out that we're gonna be able to like break the code on these things. Like these cards are passed out to people in this audience here, and I think it's the same symbols you see on the card are the symbols you see on the sword that Laufey has in the game. And Ariel Lawrence just said that it's gonna be important. There's gonna be more things about these cards. So I think Morse is right. I think they're gonna give us more letters or something, and it's gonna be like a marketing thing. By the time the game releases, we're gonna have the full puzzle, and then we're just gonna have to put it all together, like a week before the game releases or something like that. It's gonna be cool. It's Superman? What's Superman? Thank you for the super chat, but what's Superman?
I'm going to ask and spawn some conversation between these delightful human beings, and occasionally I'm going to chime in with a question that I wrote myself, and
I kind of wonder if you can buy those things off of eBay. I'm sure some people have been selling them now.
For all of our lovely panelists, we're going to go from here to Deborah, all the way down to Jack. And I want you to tell us a little bit about your casting story. How did you end up in this game?
Oh, Jack Quaid as Superman?
I don't really know.
Maybe a Flash?
Pinching myself.
He's got that body build, you know.
Part of this at all. All I remember is that you had called my reps and said you wanted a meeting, but not necessarily knowing about what. And I, at that point, hadn't played video games in about 10 years, so I wasn't super familiar. And 2018 had just come out as well. So the night before, I went home and I watched. I was like, oh, I'll just watch 20 minutes, get a little feel for this, and I ended up watching for 6 hours. I just spent all night watching the 2018. It was probably some of you playing it and putting it on YouTube, frankly. So thank you. But I remember doing that, and by that time, I was this enormous fan of yours and of the franchise and of Chris's and everyone involved. And I remember walking into Santa Monica Studios and just shaking a little bit and trying to feel cool when I never feel cool. And I walked into the office, and we had that conversation, and you already had a poster of Faye and all the things. And, if you want to get an actor to work for you, put their face on a poster. We're very fickle. And I think from then on, it's just been kind of a dream. And that's where I'm at still.
She definitely watched your theories. I don't think so. I'm not saying that to be degrading to me or look, it's one thing to watch the cutscenes. It's another thing to be a fan of this series. You can be a fan of the series and watch the cutscenes, but it's another type of fan that just goes on to watch theories. That's another layer of a fan, And I'm not trying to gatekeep or anything like that, right? But because she's super busy. She's a Hollywood actress. She's got other roles that she's got to deal with. She's not going to be watching my theories. She's not going to be playing the game, But there is something to be said about, especially PlayStation Studios, just hiring regular actors instead of voice actors. I don't know how to feel about that. Am I the only one who feels a little bit odd about that? Was you guys are trying to be too much like Hollywood. I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about that. Sometimes it works out. Christopher Judge also worked in other movies and TV shows before, but I don't know, man. It's just, I don't like the fact that they don't change their face anymore. There's no such a thing as an artist creating a character from scratch now. It's just whatever the actor looks like is what they go with. It's that's something that video games could do alone that movies and TV shows couldn't. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe it's just me.
That's delightful. And Bill? Kratos Bill? Chris?
I feel I'm getting too many games on my radar compared to funds.
Well,
me too, man.
Not as romantic as that. So, we've been together for 13 years?
Yeah.
13 years. So 13 years ago, video games weren't held in the high regard that they are now.
This is what I'm talking about. See, I don't know if I appreciate that comment. Did he just say that? Did Christopher Judge just say that?
Held in the high regard. So 13 years ago, video games weren't held in the high regard that they are now.
By Hollywood. Because they were doing their own thing. I love Christopher Judge, man, but this is what I'm talking about. I don't want to get too renty. I don't want to get too renty. It's just they've always been held in high regard. It's just they had a different goal back in the day, and it's just I don't know, man. It's just comments like these come off as being a little bit ignorant of the medium, where it's oh, now it's good because it's more like Hollywood. Where it's you sometimes, yeah, these movie games do a lot of cool stuff, but you're losing a little bit of the magic of what made games really good before. That's it, The PS4 era and the PS2 era were huge. PS2, I think I regard the PlayStation 2 era as being the best era in gaming. It's just that generation.
I got this piece that,
it's probably the best one.
I read. And
Cuba's wood better than Hollywood.
And I call my
Hey, listen, I can't be making those jokes anymore, okay? My father-in-law's work, apparently they think I have an OnlyFans, because last time you guys were sending, ooh, I need a hand job or something like that, and I was reading it out loud, and they think I do some spicy stuff on the internet. You gotta stop it. Cuba's wood? Come on, man. Come on, make me say that.
Angry. I said, this is
Video just became big enough to be noticed by, I'm gonna say, say that, Hollywood.
I said, well, don't hate me. It's a video game.
What did he say? What did he say?
To offer. And I was angry. And I said, this is obviously just gonna go straight to offer. Like, why are you wasting my time reading something I'm never gonna do? I said, well, don't hate me. It's a video game. And after inventing cuss words to call her for 5 minutes, she said, no, they're gonna do it a different way. It's gonna be filmed. And I was still very reluctant. She said, look, just go to the audition, and if you don't like it, we'll pass. So we went, and everything was as said, and it proceeded through the process.
Wait, I want to read this. Cuba, do you math debate your pool seat? I said it quietly because I know you were going to get me, but see, I still find it fun just reading it and then noticing it when I say it. I still find it really fun. Good job, Dean. Good job, you know? I just have to say it quietly, okay? I was reading, I was like, math debate your pool seat. Hey, Surprise Central, what's up, man?
Bro, he got you.
He got me good, man. Gonna just give in. Yeah, he got me good. What?
I will say this: if you plan on talking as it's running, maybe you don't have to do this. Maybe put on the subtitles at the bottom so that way they can.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Saying.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm kind of mad at Christopher Judge. Did you hear what he said after that? He goes.
That he cursed at the person giving her the...
Because they're like, oh, it's for a video game. How dare you?
It comes off as being a little bit elitist, and it's like...
pretentious, where he's like, I'm above this.
It's...
Okay.
I don't know, man. It's people who are... Anything before The Last of Us is absolute crap in the video game industry. It's like, that's just an ignorant statement. That's just Prince of Persia. Uncharted is more movie-like, right?
Well, how's it go? Like, you went from shield to ranting.
Yeah. Anyway. Are you drinking ginger garlic paste? No, sir, that is applesauce.
And I thought I'd gotten it.
Hey, Morris, what's up, man?
And I get to the studio, and we'd like to introduce you to Sonny, who was this little runt. I think he was, what, six at the time?
6 years old? You think we would cast him at 6 years old? No.
Peep.
Come on.
Chris Judge's necklace. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, we talked about his necklace before. We talked about how it's the Eye of Ra. I'm going to be talking about that in my next video. I'm just now writing it. Again, there's a lot of... I don't really have a lot of time these days. And, but I'll be making it sometime in the near future.
Read to see if you guys get along.
This is your boss, is what we said.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so it went great. And I found out afterwards, kind of that the ultimate say went to Sonny. So I owe this whole journey not only to you, the mastermind.
Well, I think Christopher Judge did have other roles. I mean, like, I think he had the, was it Battlestar Galactica? I forgot. You know, he's got a couple of he had a couple of big roles, right? But in a way, yeah, video games are what save his career, I would say. Like, just, I don't know if he had any big roles after God of War. I think he did. After that, he got T'Challa in the Marvel game that completely flopped, but it's still a pretty big role. So yeah, thanks to video games, like, he's as popular as he is today. I don't think he was his role in the previous ones was nearly as big. I don't mean to like throw shade or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I find his comments about video games in general kind of like it's something you would expect of someone who didn't play video games. And it's like, all right, you know, it's what it is.
Wonderful thing. But
hey, Luke, what's up, man?
6 or 9-year-old who actually held the fate of Kratos in his hands.
I do like referring to him as a 6 or 9-year-old. We're gonna forever do that. Polina, what's your casting story on this one?
Yeah, so I I didn't know at the time, but Eric Williams had seen Creamery and told the casting team to get in touch with me. And so I got this email one day and it was like, "Hi, we're from Sony, would like to chat with you." And I was like, "Oh, is this one of those sophisticated scams they talk about?" And I was like, I was like, "Oh, guys," I told some friends, I was like, "I've got this email." And they're like, yeah, it's a scam, don't follow through. And I was like, but maybe, what if it's not? And so I had a meeting with the casting team, and then that went through to an audition with you and Corey and Ariel. And we did like a monologue, and then it was a chemistry test with Deborah. And then I heard nothing, and I was like, okay, well, that's it. That's it. And I'll never forget, I got into the car one weekend and put my bag down, and I just got my phone out, and you know when you can see the headline of the email that's come through, and all I saw was Sony PlayStation, "Hi Polina, the team at Santa Monica Studios would like to offer," and then I just threw my phone down, and I was like, oh my God, and I can't tell anyone. And it's been pretty life-changing, and this is my first Comic-Con, so I'm so
I like hell up. Oh, you like hell up out here?
Best scam ever. So good. Jack.
Hello. I think for... Oh, wow, thank you. That's nice. I think for me, it also felt like a bit of a sophisticated scam. I think, so I'm a giant video game nerd. I always have been. I've been like a PlayStation fanboy since like Crash Bandicoot 1 and like...
Hey, I might just love Jack Quaid after all. At least he's been with us in the trenches, okay? Crash Bandicoot? All right, okay.
I've been in games before, but this is like the most amount of time I've, spent actually.
What? Am I being too loud?
No, the stream is stuttering.
Okay.
I think it's because my parents are probably streaming something downstairs.
Oh, okay.
But they also stream their TV. I don't remember the whole YouTube TV thing.
Yeah. Give me a sec, guys.
Yeah, so I'm guessing just with like a disclaimer on it, or I can ask them.
Yeah. Can you do it? Can you pin it in the comments or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can try it. So I'm like, they have nothing else besides streaming the TV.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't tell them to stop it because that's their TV.
Yeah. No, I understand. No, I don't want to.
Let's go to the park, everybody.
Let's go to the park, everybody. No, I understand. It's okay. I'm sorry if it's a little bit laggy. The connection here is a little bit iffy, so you done turned into a bloody cube, ain't it? Yeah, I mean, what if I end up liking him? What if I end up liking the cube? It's a thing that's more questionable for me right now, but what if it turns out to be like one of the best characters of the game? I wonder sometimes, I wonder.
Lending my voice, I was about to say likeness. It's not my likeness. I don't know if you know this, but I play what you might call a cube. But I remember, I think I, back in the day, wrote something on social media about how much I was enjoying Ragnarok, because I loved it. And the amazing Jeffrey Ketchum, he invited me into the studio. And you guys had just shipped the game, so no one was there. You guys were like, I need to take a big vacation. And I brought my buddy Nick. He was so excited. And we just wound up asking Jeff and Eric and the writers just every question. We're like, remember that moment when Kratos did this? How'd you guys come up with that? It was like the Chris Farley show. It was like that. It was
awesome.
I was so excited. Then like years went by. I'm just a massive fan, and then all of a sudden, much like Deborah, like my reps got in contact with me, and they were like, there may be.
Did Iman just say he looks Cuban
in the new God of War game? And I flipped out. And I'm on a Zoom with Corey and Ariel, and they're like, yeah, we'd love for you to come on by, and you're going to be a cube. And I'm like, I have so many questions. And they're like, it's okay. Don't worry. And I'm like, but
come by, you're going to be a cube.
This is what they do. When they say jump, I say how high. Like, I am honored to be here. So thank you for having me, guys. Seriously.
He looks like I imagine Hughie would look like after getting through all the shit he did. I'm gonna have to keep up with. I mean, I'm probably not gonna go watch. Was it Bad Boys? I forgot.
Boys.
What?
Is that pin message okay?
The Boys.
I said the boys.
Yeah, the stream, the comments on, yeah, The Boys. I'm not gonna go watch it now, to be honest with you. I don't really watch shows that much.
Okay, Deborah.
I find it to be an inferior medium, if you say,
I
you
don't
know.
be watching it anymore to save the thing. So if suddenly people can't hear you, I can't.
Okay, I'll have to read the comments.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
Thank you, honey.
I want to ask you this question.
Okay.
How has your
What?
Oh, it's okay.
I'll get it. You got one? Okay, alright. Kind of the what?
role evolved?
Done kill the stream. Oh, it's lagging a little bit now. Alright. Well, I mean, she did do the community thing. Not the community, the comment.
On Ragnarok to now.
Yeah, I mean, Ragnarok was so interesting because she was sort of existing within Kratos' imagination, within his heart. So it was very much what he remembered of her. What were the aspects that moved him, that changed him, that he needed in those moments? And it was such a beautiful perspective because our partners see so much of ourselves that maybe we don't always recognize, and maybe even see us better than we recognize in ourselves.
Actually, Kratos doesn't say that it's just a dream, you know, implying there's something more to it. Just saying, you know.
Again, I'm not gonna hold them. I'm not gonna hold them to like these like super like intricate lore bits, you know, that is like they kind of go over people's head. Like most people did say that it was just a dream or like just remembering her, right? But there's definitely more to those encounters with Faye in God of War Ragnarok, and I've always said that. You know, Unca's not a fan of watching The Boys. I overall just don't watch shows. Like it takes too much time, and I get when a season goes by and I watch it, I just kind of lose interest. It's like I forget about it. And I was like, whatever. I've had to rewatch Invincible like twice. And whenever there's a new season, whenever I have to wait for a new season, I just lose interest.
So that was really interesting to kind of start to discover who she was through Kratos' eyes, and then to come back after all the incredible writing that Ariel and her team and everyone there have done, and seeing how much more even there was to her. I mean, I was immediately inspired and excited to kind of maybe show the less virtuous sides of her, the parts of her that struggle, the parts of her that feel like she's not enough and that she's failed, you know, and I think there's a lot of really interesting parallel story to tell in that why she and Kratos are a good match. I think they understand each other in a lot of ways.
Nice.
I have been wondering something, and I'm sorry for pausing. We know that they're probably going to go over some events in God of War 2018. I wonder if they're also going to go over some of the events of God of War Ragnarok, or if they're saving that for the sequel. And I'm only saying that because of what Cory Barlog said about the next Kratos game, that is going to be directly tied to God of War Laufey. I could be wrong, but that might imply that it's a sequel to God of War Ragnarok, so... You get what I mean? Is it just me?
And for Ariel and you, this is a joint question, so you're going to figure out how you guys can answer this together. How did you guys go about finding the voice for Faye?
Well, I mean, I think we started with what was present of the ideas of Faye from 2018, and really just how did this woman start this journey for Kratos and Atreus together. And then as we got to know more people within the God of War universe, just the effect that this woman had on all of their lives. And so when we started thinking about how to tell Faye's story, we started with those things and started to ask those questions about what really drove this person to be so prepared, the love that she carried for these people in this world, and started to just sort of flesh that out. And then, you know, when Deborah came in, she breathed so much life into that, and it's been incredible.
Did I see the news about the show? Look, I saw that there were reports that they were considering going with Dave Bautista for it, but I don't think it's been officially confirmed yet. The moment it's confirmed, I'll make a video just telling everybody, you know, like not that I'm needed in that way, but just like to make sure everybody sees it on the channel here. But I don't think it has been officially confirmed, if that's what you're talking about, you know?
Building that three-dimensional, rounded human together.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just as we would, we came in with such a strong start, and then as I'm starting to put myself in there, and we're finding a voice, and we're finding a perspective, and I really started to get into this idea of like the weight of a hero,
Yes.
of a warrior, and that we put these people on pedestals, but they're also just human,
Yes.
and they just have people that they care about. And our joke was like Faye McLean from Die Hard, that she's a bit of a reluctant hero. Like, she just wants to get back to her family, but like, all right, I'll save the building on the way if I have to, kind of thing. But that, yeah, you kind of, if you are called to be a hero, whether you want to or not, you save the world. And that's just like, how do you finding the nuance in that story? Yeah.
Come to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs. Chris,
Yes,
I haven't heard from you in a while.
I know. I
So-
did text you last December.
Yeah, I changed
So
my number.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, what do you think the impact is that Faye has on Kratos' story?
Well, for me, I always thought that
Oh, they're also casting older Atreus and older through. Yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is a bad sign. The show's not gonna do good." I mean, there's other signs in my opinion. The fact that they're doing this a live action one is like it's a sign enough, real. But it seems like they're just pre-announcing the Ragnarok episodes as well, right? Because like that is an older Atreus, and thankfully it'll be an older Thrud. The thing that's interesting is that the show is going to be changing some things around because we're gonna see Thrud when she was younger, right? Now that I think about it, this might contradict. This show might end up contradicting an idea I have for what they can do with Thor and God of War Laufey. And I hope not. I hope not, but we'll see. I did hear about Atreus getting an older cast, and same with Thrud, but I'll be honest with you guys, the God of War show is something that I'm just not that interested in. Like, when it comes out, I'll watch it, but it's not something that I'm dying to see. Again, and I'm okay with these games. These games are already movie-like enough. We don't need to make a show about them, right? And if you're gonna do a show about God of War, start from the very beginning. Just do it, and do it animated. Do something cool with it, right? I don't know. I'm just not that interested in it, Just scrap the show and make it animated. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, make it animated. Make it animated. Kuba as Thor. I'm not that fat. I'm not that fat, Flasher.
Faye.
What's the idea with Thor? I can see. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I can see two ways in which we can encounter Thor in God of War Laufey. In one, I think it'd be much cooler than the other. Do with that what you will. I'll make that into a video eventually.
Was the genesis of the change of Kratos. So much of the messaging in the first two games was about hope and forgiveness and being better. And I think that all started with Kratos' relationship with Faye. That's where it began in him. And what kept him going was her final wishes, but also ensuring that this wonderful life that we had created together would be better than the old man. And I just think the beginnings of all that began with his relationship with Faye.
It's two very damaged people
Yes.
seeing each other's damage
Yes.
and still loving and believing in each other.
Yeah, that doesn't always work out, but
Right?
I'm glad in this case it did.
It's very good. All right. You, sir, in the front row, please pick one of these actors. Yeah, shout out a name. Are you? Jack. All right, I heard Deborah,
Thank
but
you,
we'll
sir.
get to another one. This is one of.
Can I come in? I have some blue cheese. I can't be having more blue cheese, man. I can't be having more. I was a little bit constipated after eating all that cheese. Okay, because it was not more than 2 days. Like, I ate it pretty fast, and that's not good for you. I should not have had that. But thank you again for buying me blue cheese. I appreciate it. This is why he has the belly and growing his beard. He was playing Thor. Stream 2 lagging, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It was not a good time to stream, but it's just
Tell them to like stop watching.
No, I don't. It's just look. It's just Flasher. I don't know if he's like exaggerating. Flasher's.
They don't mind. They know you have to.
I mean, it's gonna be a while. I'm only 19 minutes in.
Well, that's you.
Well,
My wild card question.
you don't have to tell him. It's fine.
No. Maybe
Don't
no,
tell him.
thank you.
Jack missed the rehearsal, so he doesn't know what these
Actually
are.
missed the rehearsal. Also, speaking of heroes, the way that Deborah came in at like the last second, it was like you were like stopping the explosion at the very last second in an action movie. You were like cutting the red wire. That was amazing.
It was very good. We are all very impressed with that. Jack,
Yes, sir.
Nice stalling.
you just killed me. And
What?
you need to choose which one of your castmates would you call to help dispose of my body?
Don't worry, it's something
And
we've all
why?
thought about. Yeah.
I don't know why I missed rehearsal. That was a mistake.
Oh, it's lagging. I saw it lagging. Oh, it's lagging bad. Hold on a second. I see it lagging on my end.
Like, should we each
Thank
give
you for
our
choosing
give our
Jack, by the way.
qualifications? I feel like we should give our
I
qualifications.
think you're all very.
Look, I will say that I would prefer being asked, but then again, I don't know, man.
very interested to hear your
It's just me,
have
I
a
guess.
very large shovel, and I do a lot of home improvement.
Honestly, you were already kind of near the top of the list. That might have put you over the top,
And
Chris.
I know the way to the desert.
I've been running logistics around Corey for 23
I take
years.
it back. Deborah's the one that killed me.
Yeah, for sure.
But Jack is in charge of disposing of my body.
I can keep a secret.
Are you saying Deborah is the one you're going with?
I think just based off of her entrance alone, I was like, she'll be there. She'll show up.
Her enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm for murder.
The qualifications she has. She really sold herself on that.
Of course, of course.
That's
You know,
fantastic.
if you bury a body, there's a lot of like time in the car out to the desert. and
Your
I feel like
internet
we
is
just
like
talk about
Glenn
D&D
from The
the whole time.
Walking
That
Dead.
sounds great. Yeah.
Right now, what's
very good.
Glenn? What is she dead?
What
Like, is the
specific
internet
activity
dead? What is it?
Would you be discussing?
6 more months.
Man,
Look at
okay,
Golden,
this is
man.
gonna get
Golden's
really nerdy
breaking
for a
records
second,
here.
But my buddy George Primavera is a dungeon master.
Yes,
thank
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I didn't know
and they've
that.
worked together, and I remember I wasn't telling any of my friends that I was part of this game, and my friend George was like, "Oh, I just did like a whole campaign with Deborah Ann Wall," and I was like, keeping my mouth shut.
Yep.
So I can keep a secret. You can trust me to bury the body. That's how.
I'm
Thank you.
really good at keeping secrets too.
Corey will say some things about his plan in a bit. I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping because I mean, I'm not really necessarily saying this like for like to make videos or anything like that. But it's like I'm not, as a fan, I'm not really getting much out of this. You know, it's like it's cool. It's cool that you get to see them. I know that I came into this knowing that the big surprises were already talked about. You know, the release date and all that kind of stuff, right? But I don't know. I wish, in a way, I wish I could. I remember like really enjoying but this is more like a retrospective thing. I remember really liking the 2018 directors interview when they were just asking them questions about the series. It was super nerdy, but that's what I liked about it. It was like just like asking like very detailed questions about it, you know. But I get it. This is more like for something that's upcoming. I get it.
That's very good. I'd love to just sit here and talk about D&D.
Uncle's looking up for theories.
I'd like to go back and talk a little bit to Chris.
No, I think at least right now I got like 5 videos like that are up in my head that I need to make.
So it was my very first day ever on a video game. I was already this like nervous, adorable fan of Chris's because by that point I had, watched so much and played so much. And literally, I mean, my job was to come in and fall in love with Chris Judge for a day, fall in love with Kratos. And it was easy, and Chris made it so welcoming. And, we had some really vulnerable stuff right from the beginning. And I don't know, anyone out there who's done any acting, you are just a person in front of another person looking into each other's eyes and being honest. And that's hard to do. And I remember nearly every second of that day because I knew it was special. Yeah.
It was a night.
Kidding?
I've often said,
Get a room, you two. You got a good head, Kuba. Thanks, I guess.
One of my favorite days in the volume, and we were kind of just thrown in.
Imagine if Chris never just started making up. It's not. Look, I think what they were doing there as well is just. I mean, I'm sure they get along with each other, right? But it's also about, I guess, selling the aspect that in the game they're both married to each other, right? So it's like it's just a nice little sweet moment, you know. They're actors, guys. They're actors, you know. And when they're good actors, they're very convincing. That's what makes them good actors, you know? So I'm just saying. They might be hamming it up a little bit so they kind of sell you on the relationship that their characters have in the game. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And, you know, to make things work, you have to trust the other person. So,
I don't plan on really watching GTA, The Walking Dead.
Into each other's eyes. And we just spent a few minutes together. And
wait, what did he say?
And to the side, you have to trust the other person. So we actually just went off to the side and looked into each other's eyes, and we just spent a few minutes together, and it was all there.
Yeah.
It was just the immediate trust.
Bro, I could never be an actor, man. Like I can't even stand silence, man. I have to stop and talk. I can't stand silence. I can't even imagine just looking into someone's eyes for a few minutes. My wife, maybe, you know, but even that, I feel like it would eventually get uncomfortable as well. It's like, we gotta talk about something. I don't know, man. Like just they don't even know each other. I mean, they know each other now, but it's like it's so intimate, you know.
Immediate. I'm seeing this person.
And I love it because for me, I think about their meeting and this like fierce fight they had. And I was like, this was the end of that fight.
Right.
Where they sat down and they looked in each other's eyes and they went, that's my person.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Wait, okay, hold on a second. It's very interesting that she said that. Maybe he's been given some lore and stuff. That meetup of Kratos and Faye has not happened in the series yet, you know? Maybe she heard it in the cutscenes or something, or maybe she heard Cory Barlog talking about it. It's interesting that she knows about that lore-wise. Why is that? Why is that? Fight confirmed? I don't know. I don't want to say. I don't want to say for sure. But it's interesting that she knows that. Again, with Ragnarok, she didn't seem to understand. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. It's more like deep lore, right? She seemed to think that it was just in Kratos' head, those memories, right? Whereas, like, it seems if you pay close attention, it's like there's something more to it, right? And then when Atreus passes, not passes away, but I wish, not really. When Atreus gets passes out from exhaustion, he also sees Faye in that dream-like experience, right? So there's something more about that. But it's interesting that she knows about this meetup, right? It could just be PR training, and Cory just told them how they met and all that stuff, right? But I wonder if there is going to be a Kratos boss fight. I've been wanting to fight Kratos in a God of War game for the longest time. You're like, how? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just make him into a boss fight, like Ocarina of Time, the shadow version of, I think it's DMC3, Dante, something like that. Anything would work, you know? He is partaking in the white chocolate, definitely left something out between looking in the eyes. Look, you never know, man. These actors, man, they share a lot of like intimate moments, you know, and I'm saying it's not impossible if they were to fall for each other, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if they're married. I don't know what their relationship status is. I don't know what it is, but maybe they're just telling their characters. Maybe they're just telling the dynamic between their characters, and it's as simple as that, you know.
It doesn't happen a lot, but it was magic from. Hi, this is Deborah.
You haven't even got to the part where the Cube says he was in the studio with Chris. Whoa.
That's sweet. My first day ever shooting anything.
Okay, we'll get to that. If it's true, we'll get to that eventually.
Really stressful. So, Ariel, why don't you tell us a little bit about what your sort of first day on set was like?
With you or in general? I think.
And that I'm not there.
Okay, that's easy.
Very easy.
I think that for me, just coming into the volume, and we do so much preparation beforehand, and the team rehearses and just goes through all the
I'll eat later. Sorry.
motions, and we put together an animatic. But because we are shooting a oneer, just everybody is just really.
Oh man, thank you so much, Kill D's. Oh, you could have She laughed because of these nuts. You could have had nuts there, and it would have been pretty funny. Okay, what's up, Cap? Keep up the insane work on the videos. Been loving them. What God of War you have most hours on? What do you think about them remaking the Greek saga? Oh man, the most hours I have on. Funnily enough, I think it might actually be God of War Ragnarok, just because it's such a long game, and I've played it 4 or 5 times. The time that I've spent on that game is more than I want to say over 100 plus times that I've played God of War 3. It's either God of War Ragnarok or God of War 3, maybe even God of War 20, because it's also kind of a long game. So I've played the Greek games way more times. But the Norse games are so big that they kind of beat them in hours I've played. It's just by just the sheer amount of like hours those games take to beat. I feel like I've played more of those games than the Greek. But what do I think about the Greek Saga remake? I'm hopeful. It is Santa Monica. I hope that other remakes they don't really have the pedigree of the team that made them to begin with. And sometimes it comes out good, sometimes it doesn't, right? With Santa Monica, it is themselves who are making it, so they knew what make those games work, and I hope they can do it again. I do worry about some things that they could change. And that's not even the mini games, to be honest with you. That doesn't really bother me that much, but I'm worried about adding too much like open spaces, making them too open. I worry about them getting rid of the hit counter and the orb management system as well, and make it an RPG. It's things that worry me, but overall I'm excited. I think it could be cool seeing them tackle these games from a more narrative perspective. Not too much though. Let's not get crazy. But overall I'm excited. I hope we could see more of it, Anyway, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it.
But then we can only kind of bring so much, and then when our incredibly talented cast comes in, it's magic. And I don't even need to watch we have screens that show us their characters, in the volume as they are their actual models. But it's just a joy, honestly, to kind of sit with this almost live theater performance of these moments and watch these people come together. So, I think it's always exciting. It's moving. I mean, you guys said it was magic the first time. It's still magic now, and I'm just so excited when we can all get together.
Truly.
So not stressful at all then. Okay, good. Now
I
we're gonna
bet
do
Chris
another
got that
rapid fire
fire meat.
question. It's not as interesting as the killing me one, but it's still pretty good. What are some fun or memorable moments from being on the set? And Jack, we are going to start with you.
This is it?
Like I said, I'm a giant fan of this franchise, and I had never actually met Chris before, and I was nerding out because I was like, oh, he might be on set this day. And I met him, it was amazing, and then I realized the rest of the day I was in this PVC pipe cube costume. And they got some photos of me, they're out there. I don't think I've ever looked happier in a photo in my life. I loved it, I felt at home in that cube. It was the best. So yeah, all cube-related memories are amazing, but most of my time in
Wait,
this
okay,
has
I don't think he was careful about how he said that though. Let's go back a little bit. Hold on.
Giant fan of this franchise, and I had never actually met Chris before, and I was nerding out because I was like, oh, he might be on set this day. And I met him, it was amazing, and then I realized the rest of the day...
Okay, so he might be on set to say, and I met him, so implying that he was on the set. For those of you who are not in the know, this is important. This is important because we see Kratos in the God of War Laufey announcement. And as I suspect, he's going to have a much bigger role. I think he's going to have, obviously, a speaking role because why would Christopher Judge be here? And he doesn't confirm it, but it seems like he is in the same scene that Kratos is in. He said truly, he has to, he was there to confirm, yeah. But Christopher Judge could have just been there, filming another scene. And he got to meet him. He's like, hey, eating a donut. Hey, man, I love your job. Like, it doesn't mean that they were doing a scene together. But it doesn't not confirm it. You get what I mean? That's exciting. That's interesting, You're not going to get me, Dean. Black flag on the table. They watching you, Kuba. You're not going to get me, bro.
I was in this PVC pipe cube costume. And they got some photos of me. They're out there. I don't think I've ever looked happier in a photo in my life. I loved it. I felt at home in that cube. It was the best. So yeah, all cube-related memories are amazing. But most of my time in this has been in a voiceover booth. So it was just a joy actually to come into set and I don't think I actually had really met any of you, but I saw you on screens a lot because I would see what you guys would do in the volume, just doing brilliant work. And I wanted to know what it was going to be like. And it was just incredible to be like in the Sony Santa Monica volume, like at all. So if I'm in a cube costume, I don't care. It's amazing. It's so great. And again, thank you for having me on board. I'm just going to thank you the entire time.
If you could just say like, the scene I had with Chris was amazing. That little thing. Oh, I could probably make a theory about that. We're like, oh, how? Why? Why is that important? But it's like, he didn't confirm it. He didn't flat out confirm it, Frank and Kratos scene, speak plain cuboid. No, what I mean is like, he's the one who just kind of kept it vague. He was being smart about it. Because they know that if you say, oh yeah, I was in a scene with Chris, I'm like, oh, okay. So it's not just in Faye's head. He is actually going to be there in some way, right? Fem cubes.
Brilliant.
My turn. So similar to Jack, I've done a lot of my work.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, the fact I'm gonna keep
in
it.
A voice booth.
The fact that he's in this Comic Con is
I've
a sign that he is going to play a big part in the game. Yeah.
A few times, and it's so amazing.
I'm just gonna say, I think the scenes we're gonna get, the new scenes we're gonna get with Kratos, not the 2018 ones. The scenes we're gonna get with Kratos, we are then going to see them probably in the Kratos game that Corey confirmed. So we're going someplace with Kratos, and he's going to be able to go into the Everyone to help Faye. I feel like.
Just to be able to be on set with everyone. I'm constantly watching you, Deborah. Sorry, that sounds creepy. But just like taking notes, watching you, Chris, and listening to you, Jack. And I'm just sort of like, okay, this is my first video game.
I don't think he's just there for the vibes. I don't think so.
To hold this little hook.
Yeah.
And I get to watch myself. You watch the ribbon on screen move around, and it's so fun. And yeah, it's so much fun being on set with, the directors, the animators. Everyone is so locked in and focused, and they really, really care. And that's something that has been so incredible to watch and feel when you're in the room, and you just, you're really a part of something. And it's amazing.
Look, I don't know if you guys shared like this view that I have, and it's okay if you don't, but it's just, look, this thing is cool and all that. But I wish we could get maybe 2 members of the cast and an artist from the game and like a gameplay designer, so we can get some more variety and like get a broader picture, even though it's not fully clear of what like this game is, because this is cool and all that, but I'm just not, I don't know, I don't care. I don't care about your experiences on set that much. Is it mean that I'm saying that? Is it mean? I don't hate these people. I'm excited to see their characters, but I'm more excited about learning about this game that I'm hyped about. I wanna see what the level design is. I wanna see like what they've done with the gameplay. It's like, oh, and they're like, oh, and there's gonna be a new like something like that. Just something different, Because it's just, I don't know, man. It's just the same thing. I mean, the movement in the trailer would be natural if he wasn't there.
What are the notable differences?
Kratos literally pulls her up. I agree. Yeah.
Shooting a film, shooting television, shooting a game.
Yeah, I think. Well, firstly, it's all you're in this bright studio, right? When you're on location or filming for TV and film, it's all, you might be in a place where everyone's hiding behind the gear. And
Could Kratos be in the God of War 20th entire be just for the gameplay teaser we saw in game? He will wear something else possibly. Marvel trailers have also done similar things.
You know, watching you, looking at the monitors.
Look, I don't really care about this. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that the fact that he's wearing the 2018 look, it's just that's kind of like his look for the modern saga, if you will, right? I think that moment of him like picking up Faye, if they're still sticking with the multiple armors thing, you will probably be able to like have a different armor or something like that. I'm not saying it's gonna look exactly like that, you know. Oh, she said blue the horn.
A two-shot, a wider shot, so you're getting the same conversation multiple times. Whereas this, we get to rehearse a few times and then we shoot it, and then. Yeah.
Then moving on.
And then moving on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Chris?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
On what, Corey?
Life in general. What are some fun anecdotes for you?
Oh, well, I'm just going to be honest. I had a lot of trepidation going into the set.
Yeah.
Because we had built like this space that was like sacred. So once you walked in there, there was no religion, there was no different sexes, it was just a bunch of people with a common goal. Yeah. And it was safe. So I didn't know what to expect when I got there. And getting there and the warmth.
Wait, hold on. What is up with Atreus? Corey will say in a bit that this game sets up a lot of future games. I wonder if that one too. Oh, you're just asking. He doesn't talk about Atreus. Look, that's actually one of the videos that I have already written. I have written one about Atreus, one about Calliope. I'm doing one about this next Kratos game because I think this is more important. I got one about Thor, as I mentioned. The Atreus thing is interesting because I think when the news came out, it just went under people's radar because there was so many other stuff that was going on in the industry that it's just... The Atreus game got canceled, guys. It doesn't mean that they're not going to do one in the future, but it got canceled. It was Blue Point Games. It got canceled. So that's why I think we should have seen the Atreus game by now. But allegedly, I think this was Jim Ryan's doing. It was like, behind the scenes, he wanted to make it a live service game. And then okay, I guess we're giving Atreus to Blue Point Games. And then that flopped. And that game got canceled. So now it seems like Santa Monica has completely abandoned Atreus. It's just the whole live service push that has delayed it completely. That's it.
Humanity and the love that had carried on. It was just a huge relief. Like,
Chris is wasted. He was hitting the sauce, huh?
You know, and then
I think he just talks like that.
So till I was there, I couldn't wrap my head around a lot of the script. And then when I saw it, okay, seeing Jack in the cube, I was like,
"It's such an honor to meet you, sir."
All right, okay, we're getting closer. We're getting a little bit closer. I think they did do a scene together. That's exciting. What could that mean, huh?
You know, because that is one of the great things about this is the discovery. Like, how do you play a guy 9 feet tall? How do you play little people? And just the different creative methods to really make you feel like you are talking to someone very little, or you're talking to someone tall, or you're talking to someone huge, or there's a gigantic dog there.
I'm probably continuing it this Wednesday, Blood. If I can make some time for it, I'll do it this Wednesday.
And when I saw you in that PVC pipe, but like so happy to be in it.
I just got married. That was the best day of my life. This was really, really close. Really close.
I was like, and I often have joked, because every time we do something, so I'll get the script and I'll make suggestions, and they allow me to never even consider. I don't even know if they read what I suggest. And every time at our first read-through, I go, you guys did it again. You did. It's perfect. And so once again, I was left with, it's perfect.
Deborah, do you want to talk about your first day on set?
I do. My my very
Like
first
stuff with the
day
Giants.
on
I
set
wonder if this
for
game will touch upon that and where they went.
We were doing a scene.
I'm not
and
sure.
they handed me a prop, and unbeknownst to me, this was a very.
This is the golf anecdote. Yeah, I don't know about the Giants, man, because some Giants did die, so maybe we'll see those in there. But I mean, Giants do go to the light of Alfheim, right? Faye is an anomaly. Anomaly? What? Anomaly. Did I say that right? Yeah. Just because, and I think it's because she has a piece of the mask in her hand. That's the only reason. But they would go to the light of Alfheim. It could be related because, I mean, Curtis does have that moment in Ragnarok where he looks back at the light of Alfheim. So there's a lot there that could happen. But there's a lot we don't know as well, you know. For as long as the announcement of God of War Laufey was, there was not a lot there for us to go on. And because it's the everyone in multiple mythologies, it just throws like a monkey wrench into the whole thing. Because like can't really theorize too much because it could be anything, you know. Go back. You said something about a gigantic dog. No, he didn't. When? Give me a timestamp. Did he really say that? Probably Garm. I mean, he might have been talking about like his experience in God of War Ragnarok. Probably Garm, yeah. I don't think he's. I don't know if that meant anything though.
You guys did it again. You did. It's perfect. And so once again, I was left with.
Yeah, we'll just give it.
Talk about your first day on set.
I do. My my very first day on set for Laufey, we were doing a scene, and they handed me a prop, and unbeknownst to me, this was a very famous prop that they had used on The Last of Us. Was it a hockey stick or a baseball bat or
a golf club?
This is in some sensitive
something
territory.
something like that. I don't know. Anyway, not the like, you know, but like the thing that they used to film, you know, whatever that scene, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Something, yeah, you know, some sort of sporting equipment, you know, and and they gave it to me, and I was supposed to use it like an axe, and I broke it.
Whoa! Wait a second. Did she just say I was supposed to use it like an axe?
And and they gave it to me, and I was supposed to use it like an axe, and I broke it.
You know, it's weird. I've heard this story before, but it's just now hitting me that you said I was supposed to use it like an axe. What? How did I miss that before? You're not gonna get me look a dildo. I thought you knew that. It's weird. It's like I heard the story, like, oh, that's cute. But it's like, I was just focusing on the Last of Us part. But it's like, wait a second. She just said she was given a prop and she was to use it like an axe. That might be like the biggest reveal I've heard so far in the lore-wise of this whole panel. Because Faye doesn't have the axe in God of War Laufey that we know of. It's either gonna be a flashback, but I don't know how they'll do that with a no-cut camera, or Kratos and Faye are gonna team up in the Everyone, and she's gonna have the Captain America moments from Endgame, and she's gonna call the axe and use it momentarily. And for us it's gonna be like, it's gonna be the Blades moment from God of War 2018, just with the axe, because it was her axe. Oh my god. Yeah, Kratos is gonna give her the Leviathan axe. I feel like it would be most likely something like that. Yeah. That can be a dream section. Yeah, there's ways to do it with the no-cut camera. I mean, they did it with a lot of Wildfire. They can go into another realm or something like that, right? But still, I'm not a big fan of like playable flashbacks, if you ask me, you know? And if it was the first day, maybe the first thing they filmed was Kratos versus Faye. Well, I'm not sure if they film in order like that. Sometimes, I know in like movies, like they they film stuff out of order, and like then you just see like the from beginning to end. But it's possible that on the first day they filmed like a scene from the middle of the movie, and then the second day they went to the ending, and then the third day they went to the beginning. So I think that's how they do it in gaming as well. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it's interesting. It's interesting that she's gonna be using the axe. Wow. Okay.
She swung.
Yeah. Remember the freezing mechanic? Oh my god, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. There was a rumor about God of War, this Laufey game, that she was going to be able to freeze rivers. She's getting the axe. She's getting the axe. Oh my god.
So hard. It cracked and it echoed throughout the volume, and we were like, hot damn, let's go.
We're like, okay, I get it. This is your game.
I mean, it was, and then like everyone kind of went silent for a minute, and then was like, yeah! Like in the immortal words of Jimmy Myers, he was like, I mean, fuck yeah, video games.
Fuck yeah, video games.
Look, I'm not even thinking about them throwing shit at The Last of Us Part 2 right now. I'm just thinking, oh my god, she's gonna get the axe. That's what I'm thinking right now. She's gonna get the axe. And that's interesting. We know the start of the game is how the trailer started because it shows the menu. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure if that's how it will start exactly. I have a suspicion that there's going to be more that leads to that moment. I feel like, hey, Chronicler, what's up, man? Faye wields the axe, flashback confirmed. It's either a flashback or something else. Square Nation here, or Iman. Is it Iman? I'm only seeing the ad for whatever reason. But he pointed out that, there was a rumor about God of War Laufey before the announcement that said that she was going to wield a lot of magic, right? And one of the things she would be able to do in that game was freeze rivers. Like, that's interesting. Is she actually going to have the axe in the everyone? Is Kratos going to give her the axe back? A lot of questions. Maybe in the everyone she somehow gets to fight Kratos and gets the axe. She wouldn't kill him, I feel like.
I have to ask myself a question.
Unless the Kratos thing... Who knows? Maybe, what if the Kratos like moments are just Athena in disguise or something like that? But then again, I don't know why she would have the axe, though. I still think that's going to be the real Kratos, though. I don't think it's going to be someone else. I think it's going to be him. But again, I got so many videos, and right now I got to push back the Kratos video so I can talk about the axe. What's up? You came up with a theory. My wife came up with a theory.
No.
Hit me.
It's one of those things where it's like, maybe there's a connection here where I always thought it was kind of weird that he leaves the axe with Atreus when he walks into the light of Alfheim in 2018.
Yes.
There is something there about it.
Oh my god, bro. My wife just had a really interesting theory.
I always thought it was really weird.
Okay,
I'm
hold
like,
on.
Why would he leave it?
The only, well...
And
they would
when it comes back, it's been used.
Yes. They would have to retcon the novel, though. Because in the novel, we get it, we see that moment from Atreus' perspective, and Faye's not there. He's the one who took care of those Dark Elves.
Yeah,
that's the only problem.
Wield it. I don't think the books.
Okay, so let me explain the theory, because it's a really interesting theory. My wife, because we know that there's.
It's not a theory. I just said it's a little weird, and you went, aha.
Oh, okay. I'm saying it's a theory. Okay, it's an interesting, not a theory, but an interesting idea. My wife doesn't think that it's going to be a flashback, and that it's not going to be in the everyone itself.
What? No, I just said it was. I just said
I'm adding stuff to your.
Yeah, you're adding stuff.
All right.
I'm like just verbatim. I thought it was weird that he leaves his axe when he steps into the light of Alfheim. It's
with
never
Atreus.
Explained. It's like, here, take my only means of protection as I go into this thing I don't know about.
Okay, yeah. What she? Okay, I'm taking that information and I'm gonna add stuff. Okay. What if? Because we know that giants go to the light of Alfheim after they die, and Faye was in the light of Alfheim when Kratos, or a part of her when he went there. What if this is one of those moments that we're going to see from Faye's perspective, and he was making sure Atreus would be safe. And you know what happens when Atreus gets mad in God of War 2018? A mimir. He goes to sleep. What if Faye was protecting Atreus that whole time, and that's when she takes the axe? Is that along the lines of what you're thinking? I'm guessing it is, right?
Oh, I don't know. I was just
okay. I'm saying that now.
Putting things in my mouth.
I'm putting things in your mouth, okay? Kona cracked the case. Luke says, would make sense if Curtis gives the axe back, because do we really want Curtis to keep the axe for the next game? I think it's time for a new weapon. I agree with that. I think for an well, it's not really. I think we kind of have to be done with seeing these things as sagas. I don't think that's how Santa Monica views them anymore. It's just continuation of the story. But hold on. But I agree that I think he will eventually need a new weapon, and maybe in the next game that'll be the time. What's up?
I know that you normally do this with your members only streams, but are you going to open it for non-members afterwards or no?
Yeah, I'll do like a 400 people. Yeah, I'll open it for. I'll release you from the pits of Tartarus after we're done with the video, so we can read a little bit of your comments as well. But Kona's behind all those theories. You just got busted. Sometimes he just has like moments of brilliance. Okay, not just with the thumbnails, but yeah, sometimes he's like, "Hey, what about this? Hey, what about that?" It's like, "Yeah, what about those things?" And this was one of those moments.
I was the one who was like, Kratos doesn't speak Norse or whatever.
But he does speak Norse.
No,
you were wrong.
No. He doesn't. No, he does speak.
You gotta speed up.
Yeah, it's choppy. That's why.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then like someone else had echoed that theory, and then some bigger thing like confirmed that one. And I'm like, no, that was me. I said.
But I think it's just how he speaks as well. But anyway, don't worry about it. You're brilliant too. Okay.
I wish they confirmed it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay.
To talk about why did you choose all of these characters to be in this game?
That's a good question.
It's interesting for me. What I wanted to see with Faye and the sort of journey was this extension and expansion of the world, where the characters that we meet are unexpected, right? A cube that you make friends with, that you actually feel like you can relate to, that you have an emotional connection with, I thought was an interesting challenge. Perhaps it's sort of the animator in me that I like the idea of seeing if you can make something non-animated actually be a character you can relate to, but also connecting it to this larger sort of plan of expanding everything. And everything that we're doing within the Fae game is kind of truly a continuation of everything that's going on in the story to set up what's going to expand next. So planning so many games into the future, this kind of mishmash collection that I see on the stage now and realize, fuck, I fucked up. We should totally recast all this. No, I'm just kidding. They're amazing. And everything worked out far better than I could have ever imagined it. So many years ago, when I remember inviting you to the office and showing you a piece of concept art that had you and a bird, I think, and Frank was on there. Frank was
what?
Around since the beginning.
What did he say?
What did he say?
That had you and a bird, I think, and Frank was on there. Frank was around.
Face bird, bro. Was it Jofi? I forget the bird's name. It's in the novel. He said bird. And we know the logo has a bird on it. I still think it's more of a phoenix. I think I like my theory on that. It's not my theory. A lot of people had that theory, but I wonder if Faye's bird is actually gonna be in this thing. No, I don't think it's Hugin though. I think that's more of an Atreus game. I feel like if Hugin is gonna come back, it's probably going to be in the Atreus game. But Faye in the novel has a bird, or at least Kratos and Atreus see the bird sometimes near their home. Frankenbird. Yeah, the gyrfalcon, yeah. I think the name is Jofi or something like that. Excuse me, I'm gassy all of a sudden. I apologize.
Since the beginning. And it's interesting to imagine how we kind of build this world out and see it slowly come together. And all of the things that are being done in this game are setting up for something so amazing for 2035. That's pretty much when we are. 2035. That's what it's gonna. I'm just kidding. That's not the release date. I didn't leak that either. None of these things are leaks.
I'm telling you, like, he's getting a little bit too close to. I hope it works out, man. I really hope it works out because, man, if they have like 3 flops, one after the other, it could really derail the whole thing. You really don't want a Marvel situation, and it just a lot of the things he says sometimes just sounds so much like Marvel, because Marvel said that Kevin Feige said that he has planned until 2042. Maybe he was making a reference to that and just joking about it, but it's like, it does sound like he's planning so much, and everything is so connected to each other that if you have one little piece that kind of falls, the whole structure just falls apart, man. It's a little bit worrisome for me, not gonna lie, you know. It's Joffy, and it'll be a reincarnated version of Joffy, I feel like. Well, she would have to die, the bird, or he, I don't know what it is.
Change your theory and be unique.
Change my theory for what?
And be unique. Everyone's saying it's a phoenix. No.
It's Joffy. It's David Joffy. What if that's a reference? Because Corey does like to play with like names and stuff like that, right? You have Charlie, but it's spelled like Chaury or something, and then you have Frank Ferranque, but then it's like, oh, Face Bird, Joffy, David Jaffe. I wonder if it's a reference, you know. It's 3:20 a.m. here. I'm losing it. Hey man, I'm so sorry, man. I had to do this today. I'm sorry. Kevin Feige ain't on this on his level though. He actually thinks.
Is what he's saying.
Oh, I'm not gonna pause. I'm gonna keep pausing it now. Kevin Feige ain't on his level though. He actually thinks far ahead from Marks too. Hey, you know, I hope the best, but you know, Marvel is a lot richer. They got more resources, and they flounder a little bit. It just got too big, and they started making movies about characters that no one really cared about, and it's like that could be one of the dangers of going full in with the story as the priority instead of the gameplay. You know, there's things here that worry me. I'm not gonna lie, you know. Faye will eat cakes to restore health. Jaffe cakes.
But there are tremendous opportunities inside of all of this. And Ariel, now that I've sort of rambled on about those, let's talk about the companions.
Okay. What do you want to know about the companions?
Okay.
Talk about how do they enhance and connect to the world of the everyone?
Yeah, I think that, you know, Faye finds herself in a little bit of a predicament when she arrives in the everyone, and, you know, and Frank and Rue are often are in the same kind of predicament. And so in Faye, they see the potential for somebody who can help this world of magic. And I think that's really like that, where that first kind of connection comes from, that kind of spark of hope.
Help. That's their goal. Rue and Frank's goal is to help the world of magic. Faye's goal is to escape, technically. She can do it along the way, but her goal is to escape. Frank and Rue's predicament is to help the world of this world of magic. I'm pretty much sure that Frank is a native to the everyone. I'm not sure about Rue yet, though. I'm not sure about that yet. That one's still a little bit of a mystery. I'm gonna keep pausing.
But I think also, you know, each of the companions and
I'm gonna be here until 11.
You know, are kind of in a different place in their head, and they each bring out something else in each other. So for Rue, you know, there's, you know, some things about how the past is shaped, and, you know, what the possibilities are about the future. And for Faye, you know, she's just kind of really stuck in wanting to get back home to her family and to a certain point in time. And for Frank, he really wants to be right here, right now.
Did you say to a certain point in time? Oh my God, am I being too literal now?
And so all of them living in this kind of past, present, future kind of pull on those threads together. And, you know, it gives them all the space to become heroes. And I think that's really, it's been really satisfying to watch evolve.
Very good. Speaking of companions, we'll get to that in just a second. You in the blue shirt. Pick somebody. Who?
Yeah, she literally said like, she's obsessed with going to a very specific time.
Oh, wait, no. Is this one of those the questions? No, the speeds?
Yes, it is.
Come on, dog. Worked too hard at this career to let it go with one question.
We're gonna rob a bank. And I need you to tell me the role of everybody in the cast for our heist.
The role.
Yeah, I'm just the person on the phone calling you and telling you I need you to rob this bank. So you're gonna hire all of your castmates.
Talk about typecasting. No, that was 14 roles in my early career. Okay, so
what role is he talking about? I'm sorry, I'm so confused.
Let's start with Ariel.
Nah, bro, I think she slipped. I think she might have slipped.
And
she mentioned before the whole axe thing. Maybe it is the flashback. Maybe it is.
The bank manager.
All right, we might have to skip this one.
It's an inside job.
Oh.
Deborah is my partner, but who I have to impress because she thinks I've fallen off.
Well, I like this already.
So I got to make this last big score.
Excellent. It feels like a last big score, yes.
Perlina is one of the detectives that figures out that it's us pulling this heist. And she gets there almost in time to foil it. Jack is the bumbling security guard.
Yeah? It's such an honor to meet you, sir. Oh, gee.
Who unwittingly gives the information that allows us to be brought to justice. Take that, I did it that spur of a moment.
You know, I said he didn't before. Is there a bar at Comic-Con? Like, is there like a bar you can have a couple drinks or something? He seems a little bit extra happy. I know Chris is a happy dude, okay? He's high as fuck. He does seem a little bit happy. He just banged that desk. The whole thing shook. She will temporarily time travel to save Atreus, talk to Jormungandr, and guide him to eat Thor's statue because it has Mimir's eye. I'm sure those moments we'll see for sure, but I'm thinking now about the whole axe swing. Like, why? Why is she swinging an axe?
All right. So speaking of companions, Jack, Perlina, let's talk about your experience making this. And
didn't Chris go sober? Oh, I actually don't know anything about that, to be honest with you. I was just joking. He just seems super happy. He might not be. It was just a joke.
Yeah.
And Frank. So starting with you, Perlina, let's talk a little bit about that.
So I think Rue's character, a very complicated past.
Okay.
And I think Faye represents an opportunity. I mean, the world is in a bad place, as you've seen. And I think meeting Faye, there's definitely hesitancy there. You know, I think Rue represents the part of us that if we've made mistakes or you're hesitant about something, going forward, you're of course going to try and be a bit more cautious, not a massive risk taker, definitely the one that's like, guys, let's just pause for a minute and think about this. Very different to Frank. And I think Faye is like an opportunity for change or for hope. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so it's been. And it's really, really fun basically being on the shoulder of Faye. I'm always hovering behind you slightly. Yeah, and it's been so cool being in those moments, filming with you, Deborah, and just, again, watching you do your thing. And
only over one shoulder.
Only ever over one shoulder, though. So I've only seen half your face.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, it's...
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get some stuff out.
The companionship, but the dynamic between.
They keep talking about the past, present, and future, and the everyone is a block universe. That's kind of my take on it, the whole like block universe thing. But it is interesting that Frank represents the present, Rue represents the past, and Faye in a way is the future, like trying to control the future. So, and then you have it all set in the everyone as well. Thematically speaking, it's an interesting parallel. You know, I like that. That's kind of cool.
Different ways of dealing with situations as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say, Rue's character has a very complicated past. I'd say Frank.
What's so complicated about it?
About his past. Therefore, he's a very present character. And he's all about being.
Frank doesn't know about his past? Oh my god. My joke theory might be right. I said that he probably doesn't remember that who he is or something. That he's a god who forgot. Oh my god. He's got video game amnesia. Who is Frank? Why can he remember?
In the here and now, which is so nice for me when I'm recording it, because I'm a very anxious person and I'm always thinking about the future. But it's really been nice to be forced to play a character that allows me to just like be in the moment and calm down. And also, just as a video game player,
what if it's a Greek god? Says King Scorch. What if it's Zeus? Don't do that. Santa Monica, don't make it Zeus. Please? Don't make it Zeus. I'm just saying that. Maybe Freyr.
Kratos punched him into a square pulp.
My wife said, Quina says like Kratos punched him into a square pulp. I'm okay if it was Freyr. It would make sense.
Zeus does kind of like a green ghost.
No, that's something else. The fear thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not the same thing. I do wonder about the whole. I do wonder about the whole fear thing in God of War 3. Where did that went? Because it literally like left his body. Where did that go? Frank is Superman. When I think about the future, remember who you are. Who you are, Cube. Cuba. They said everyone was a good place, and now it's in chaos. Frank is Athena confirmed. I don't think so. I think Frank is gonna be like the Atreus of the Fae games. I think he's here to stay. He's gonna be Faye's companion from this point on. I feel like, Kowalski, Analysis, Jarvis, more caffeine.
I'm used to doing voiceover roles where the character's like, screaming all the time. And I'm very happy I'm not doing that in this, because I know that near you all the time, that's gonna get old fast. So it was really nice to just be the character in something reminding everyone to be in the here and now. And Rue's a bit more hesitant. Frank, I wouldn't say he's reckless, but I think he's way more curious. And that was really, really inspiring and fun to play as well, and making sure this kind of triumvirate of characters, I think I'm using that word right, works. And they all kind of complement each other in different ways. And I think when Frank meets Faye, Frank deeply, deeply cares about the everyone and all the creatures, especially the creatures. He has a real soft spot for them. And when Frank meets Faye, he's like, okay, I think much like Rue, it's like there's some hope here. Our world has seen better days, and I think she might be the answer to that.
Frank cares about the creatures and the everyone itself. I think it's pretty much confirmed that Frank, it's native to there. And again, it could just be that he doesn't remember that he's native, like he's like a part of the everyone itself. He's just not a person, he just doesn't remember because there's nothing to remember, maybe. I don't know. They told Zeus, be there or be square, and he did not show up. It's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, that's a good one, watching this at 2:30 a.m., I'm just gonna listen. It's so good, man. Yeah, it's gonna hurt your eyes. I get it, I get it. Frank is, oh, it's a Curious George. It's Curious George.
Very good. Yes. Your mustache is just glorious.
Oh, thanks, man. I grew it for you.
Absolutely wonderful. Can people please clap for his mustache?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm really only pointing that out because we got on a call recently and he was talking a lot about his mustache.
I had time to stall. This was not a call about the mustache. We were waiting for someone to get on the line. I'm like, by the way, Corey, I have a mustache now. And he's like, tell me all about it.
It was an audio call too, so I couldn't see the
Yeah. And he saw it today and he went, all right.
Yeah. Today was the reveal.
Not related, but have you ever thought more about the fear realm in God of War 3, which Zeus puts Kratos in? I've since God of War 3, I've been wondering about that. I don't really know, but maybe it wasn't really that thought out in God of War 3, but now that the series is as big as it is, I think it'll eventually have to come back. I'm more interested in Fear Zeus just coming out of Fear's body. Sorry, Fear Zeus, or Fear just coming out of Zeus's body. Where did that go? It seems to be like an actual entity. You know, it's got physicality. Where did that thing go? I wonder about that too. I think, again, that wasn't really that important before, but I feel like now that the series is as big as it is, they have to tie all of these loose ends, I feel like, you know? Maybe in a comic, maybe in something else. Maybe not in a game per se, but they have to address them eventually, you know? But I do think about that sometimes, yeah. Frank will confirm that Minecraft is officially a part of the God of War canon. And it's important to the lore. Kuba will stream Minecraft for the lore. I don't know about that, man. Okay, there's games that I know, like, channel-wise would do very well lore-wise, but if I don't like him, I just have a hard time motivating to get through them. Right now I'm playing through Darksiders because I love the lore, I love the story, but most of the games, with the exception of Darksiders 1, I just don't like the gameplay, and it's hard for me to get that into them, you know? And Minecraft, I know you're joking because it's Cube, I get it, but Minecraft, ooh, that's a tough one for me to get into. That's not my game at all.
I'm sorry, I'm still absorbing all of this because I've been waiting weeks to actually get the visual reveal.
I'm glad it was worth it. Thank you, buddy.
It really was. That's really good. Okay, I'm going to do another rapid fire through everybody. And now we're going to come back down. You know what? I'm going to screw that. We're going to start with Deborah because we'd be there. And this is even better that we're starting with Deborah. What do you feel your character brings out in Faye?
Yeah. What do I think Faye brings out in Faye?
Bring out in Faye?
I don't know if I know how to
Only from the mind of Cory Barlog.
I know.
These questions.
What does Faye bring out in Faye? I mean, I think Faye is very hard on herself. I think that I think perfection was expected of her, and when she fell short of that, needed someone to tell her that she was enough. And I think that's when this happened. And I think that we look at, we talked about two damaged people, but I think specifically two people who feel like they failed. They failed their people, they failed their families, and how do you recover from that? And so I think that, I don't remember exactly how you phrased it, but if that answers your question.
What do you think you bring to the group dynamic?
Oh, the group dynamic.
What does Faye bring? Oh, this is a new question.
Oh, this is a new question. Okay.
Whoa. I'm crazy, but what does Faye bring out?
To be fair, Fear has been with the series up until now. Freya and her fear of losing Baldur, Odin his fear of what comes after. No, I get what you're saying. But in God of War 3 specifically, Fear is a physical entity. Like, you can see it coming out of Zeus's mouth, you know? So it's something that they'll eventually have to, like, where did that thing go to? What happened? They'll eventually have to address it.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I think that was good. She shame and deep disappointment. No, I mean to the group. I do think one of my favorite things about this story is that with the trio, I don't think any one of them could make it alone. That the only way they get to the end of this story is if they have each one of them present and contributing. And I think, for me, Faye is the driving force. So we're each bringing our piece to it, but I think in some ways, and we meet Rue and Frank, and they're trapped, and we're sort of stagnant, and progress is not being made, and it's almost like Faye gets in and kickstarts it. But she certainly couldn't make it through without Rue and Frank being there to make that possible, knowing the everyone, providing that.
What's the perfection? I think it's just controlling the future. It's just like she wants to make sure that the timeline goes the way that it's supposed to go.
As well, which we need.
They failed their families. That's a nice little tidbit.
In that trailer that
coming
to
from
get
Faye.
Us out of the jail, I blow something.
Wait, did she say that? I missed that part. She said they failed their families. I don't know what. Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch this by myself, and then I'll make a compilation of like all of the, I guess, highlights of the panel or something, because I didn't think there was gonna be this many hints in it. I'm like, oh wow, I'm finding a lot of like interesting lore nuggets here that we can probably do, not like in full videos, but just kind of like as a compilation of sorts. So I'll probably do that.
Kickstarts it.
If they do show Faye versus Kratos, I want to see Chris Kratos have the hooded fallen god look from the comic. That'd be very sick. I'd look. That has to be one of my favorite looks for Kratos. The fallen god look. That would be sick. I don't know if it would work in a video game setting, but I think it could. I would love that. That's sick. Like him being like all disheveled, like not very taken care of, and that hood just all dirty. Like it's such a unique look for this character. I feel like I would love that.
Make it through without Rue and Frank being there to make that possible, knowing the everyone, providing that story, giving her a reason.
She didn't say it. Okay.
Do it. And so I think that's sort of my favorite thing. She's a little.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could. She failed the Giants by not stopping Thor. I thought she meant like Rue and Frank's family. I'm like, oh wait, what? Rue and Frank have a family? What?
A bit of chaos as well, which we need. I always love in that trailer that to get us out of the jail, I blow something up and like war begins. And you get up on top of that trailer at the end, you're like, oh my God, what did you do, Faye? Because everything is falling apart. But yeah.
Excellent. Teal'c?
Oh, he called him Teal.
Yes.
What does your character bring out in Faye?
As Teal'c?
Let's start with Kratos, but for fun, we're going to do Teal'c as well.
Okay. What does Kratos bring out in
Faye?
What if she should have killed Thor in their battle, but decided not to because Hope and him and got spelled from Jotunheim? I would have to look at the lore again. I don't know if like that kind of lines up. I don't think she got spelled though. She was just chosen as the guardian though. She didn't get spelled. That's the only thing I feel like, But I could potentially see her feeling some empathy for Thor since he's half giant. There could be something about that. I have an idea for what they could do with Thor in the Fae game. I have an idea. I don't know if it'll come true, but I'll talk about that sometime in the future.
Well, sexy time.
I'm so happy that I swallowed my water before you said that joke. There would have been a spit take.
Well, there's this really corny line, but great line in Wedding Crashers.
That's not where I was expecting this to go.
And it's love is a soul finding its own reflection in another. And yeah, that's from Wedding Crashers. Oh my God, I'm quoting.
She fought recklessly with Thor. She was rageous. A dead guy said that in Ragnarok. That too.
It really, I think, pertains to Kratos and Faye. And just like their hearts and souls mirror each other, their journeys mirror each other's journeys. And I think that is kind of one of the, God, how do I say this without giving away anything?
Oh?
I'll just do a Corey and just say it.
No, don't leak things. Please stop.
Please stop.
I'm going to stop now.
Oh, that worked.
But no, it truly is, shoot. How, I'm going to stop now. Thank you.
Teal'c, ladies and gentlemen.
I think for Kratos and Faye,
so
they
close.
Both see
so close, guys.
The person that they want to be in the other person's eyes. For Kratos, he wants to be the person that Faye thinks of him, and I think the same is equally true in that mirror version for Faye. That she wants to be the person that Kratos sees.
You just restated what I said from the quote from Wedding Crashers.
That's.
Except she didn't quote Wedding Crashers.
I completely processed it. Thank you.
This entire game is an adaptation of Wedding Crashers, right?
Yeah.
Corey was sweating. I feel like he was a little bit because Christopher Judge is a little bit loose with the things he says. Yeah, that's why he said I'm gonna stop spoiling things because he's done it a couple times now.
This is gonna be so good for the later question I have.
Yeah, he already spoiled the game itself months before the announcement. He did, yeah.
Sorry, I have no Wedding Crashers quotes for you. I think because Rue's quite stuck in the past, there's a lot of questioning of everything, for better, for worse. And I think it's almost like it's a projection, really. And so because of that, I think Faye's always sort of forced to face the present, what's going on, what she's trying to do, the goal that you have. But also, Faye's very brave, I think, and very driven. Rue can be as well, but I think that's where Faye kind of needs to give Rue the push. And like you said, Deborah, like the three work together and sort of bring different things to the trio. Does that answer the question?
Look, this is what I mean. They couldn't just like stick with like the cast, man, because like the cast is so close to the story. Obviously, they can't really give us a lot. There has been like nuggets, but I think it's literally things that have slipped out. I don't know if they realize what they've been saying. They're like, oh, that confirms more than you realize, right? It's like, I want to know more about the gameplay. I want to know more about this game in general. It's like, I wish we could hear from an artist or a game designer, like all these people that are kind of unsung heroes, But anyway, Corey actually didn't care. Let's be real. He knows we are way off anyways. Probably. We're probably way off, Do you do a watch party of the Wedding Crashers? Will dissect that film to find the demiurge? Oh, man. That's what we have to do. What I have to do next, huh?
Jack.
I think me, right?
Yeah,
okay,
that's
great.
your mustache.
I touched on it a bit earlier, but I would say that, I think when Faye arrives at the Everyone, she very much has a mission. She's there. She wants to see if there's any way maybe she can get back. She's driven, and she provides the drive. I think Frank, it's kind of what I said before about being in the present moment. But I think when you have a character that is so driven like that, you do need someone to kind of help you take stock of what you currently have, slow you down so that you don't do anything entirely reckless. And it's nice to, sometimes we can just have a one-track mind, and I get it. That makes so much sense for Faye. But I think that, if anything, that's what he brings out in her. And also... Another trailer possibly of the TGAs. You know what, Dean? This game, to me, I think this is the shortest amount of time we've had to wait for a God of War game since this announcement. If they're going to make the release date, which I totally think they will. It's so close to like the release date, in my opinion, that I feel like at any PlayStation State of Play they do, I'm always going to be vigilant, because like you never know. You really never know. I'm not going to expect 4 more trailers, right? But I think at the TGAs, I think it's very likely. Maybe that'll be the next big showing of the game. Like they'll show the story trailer, for example. And maybe before that, they'll do... Yeah, because that's December. Then before that, they'll do a State of Play dedicated to God of War Laufey, where they'll probably show Intergalactic, like they did with Wolverine, right? So they'll do something like that. But I think it's... At the TGAs, it's not unreasonable to expect something new, just because the release date is so close in a sense. I know it's like 7 months, right? But it's still very close. Sorry, I burped. But yeah, I think at the DGA's probably, yeah. Frank is very much an innocent.
September 3rd, next trailer? Why September 3rd? Is there a State of Play or something?
There is something where maybe I bring out a little bit of that in Faye as well, because she, at this point, has been through a lot. And I think it's nice to... I think all the characters have the pleasure of like seeing the world through each other's eyes. And Frank doesn't have eyes, but you know what I mean. Neither does Rue. Never mind. But we all get to see each other's perspectives, and I think it all helps all three grow and change.
Yeah, story trailer might come in December 8th. December. 2018 trailer came out 3 months ago. 2018 trailer came out 3 months ago, and Ragnarok came out 2 months. You mean like before the release date, I'm guessing? The rumored State of Play. I know that there's one rumored for the Phantom Blade Zero.
All of you, lovely, lovely answers. We have 10 minutes, 23 seconds left, and the most important question of the entire panel is about to happen. Okay, I'm going to ask every one of you this question all the way down the line. We started with Deborah before, and we're going to start with Jack and go all the way down the line. If you could put your character in any movie, so any movie, television show that is going on right now, that has happened before, cast your character, not you the actor, this isn't trying to get a job, so you the character would be inside of there. So to give you an example...
I'm not going to lie, blood. I look. That's the hard part for me. Where it's like I'm super excited for God of War Laufey, and I still like some of PlayStation Studios, but PlayStation itself, I'm kind of pissed. So, yeah, I would like to see them get annihilated in the chat. That would be super fun to watch. It's like the Titanic. I'm going down with the ship, but I'm having fun along the way, you know.
Titanic.
Bro, I just said Titanic.
Titanic, and Frank is playing the fucking Titanic. Leonardo DiCaprio is Deborah Ann Wall, and Chris Judge.
Easy.
Yeah. Chris Judge is in it, and my heart will go on is playing while Frank, the Titanic, is sinking the entire time, and you're hearing from the thoughts of the boat. So something like that. You could do this. We're gonna go down, starting with you. You can't take mine, sorry.
I know, I was literally about to say Titanic, and then you said it. But, okay. I'm just trying to think, like, what's a movie that if you watched it and there was just a cube in a roll, it would be jarring, but you'd maybe not understand it, but you would enjoy it. And I would say, I don't think Frank should be the lead. I think he should pop up intermittently. So that's why I'm going to say he should be Don Corleone in The Godfather. People come up to him, he's like, you come to me on the day of my little cube's wedding. I want it so bad. Make it happen.
The boat captain confirmed.
Perlina?
Because of the Titanic mention?
I'm going to go with a TV show, and this is such a millennial answer, but I think Rue would be Monica in Friends.
Yes! Yes! Also, whenever she is Rue on the soundstage, you are holding up that thing, but Monica just doing that and moving in that way is fantastic. I love that.
Would Jack appear with the PVC?
I mean, if you'll have me.
Are you the apartment?
I'll be the apartment. No. Frank comes in as Don Corleone in Friends.
Don Corleone as the apartment? Amazing. That is very...
No offense, I would rather see a trailer for the trilogy remake at the rumor September 3rd or the TGA. I'm coping at this point. I think you are. I think we're not going to see the remakes for a while. Even before Corey confirmed that there was going to be a Kratos game that seems to come after this one. I said it. I'm like, no, guys, it's most likely we were going to get the next mainline Kratos game before the remakes. The remakes, I feel like I have my own theory on why they announced the remakes. I think Santa Monica had planned something really big for the anniversary of the series, and that was going to be the God of War live service game. They probably had good expectations of it, but that kind of did not work out. So they had to come out with something else, which was Sons of Sparta. And I think they knew Sons of Sparta wasn't very good. So they're like, hey, let's throw them a bone. We're working on the remakes, guys, very early on, but here's a logo, you know, and it's just, I think it was just like, so we could still have a good anniversary instead of like, yeah, play this very disappointing Metroidvania game that all you do is look for a kid named Vasilis, and it turns out to be dead at the end. And Deimos is annoying. I think they knew. And it hurts me being mean towards Sons of Sparta, but I'm only mean because I was its biggest supporter. I'm the one who told everybody, this is a good idea. I believed in you. But you didn't believe back in me, man. I'm sorry. You know, it's just... I'm never gonna let that go. And now I'm not sure you should make another 2D game. But, anyway, God of War Laufey, guys.
On training day. Oh, you like to get wet. I'm King Kong in this MF, boy.
There you go.
I don't know how to follow that. Yeah, no, I'm one of my favorite movies of all time is Jaws, and I would love to see Faye as Chief Brody, mostly because I'd like to see her fight a shark. I think that would be awesome.
Ariel, what movie would you then direct in place of somebody? You know what? Who would you play?
Well, I feel like
That was a good save, Corey. He's like, what movie would you have liked to direct instead of another director? That's kind of... I'm like, yeah, I think I could do a better job as a director than Christopher Nolan, for example. Like, you're going to be like, it's not a bad... So he's like, who would you play in it?
Anne Hathaway and The Devil Wears Prada, right?
Wait, am I involved in this? Are you pulling me into this? That's fucked up.
I think that's on par.
Yeah.
Faye double jump on the shark.
Who am I in that?
I'll tell you later.
Yeah. I haven't seen that. So it didn't land as hard for me, but I understand what you're doing. It's very good. Video games. How many of you guys are really big video game players? Yeah?
Oh,
I'm starting.
well,
Yeah. That's all right. What are you playing right now?
Chris, it's okay. It's okay. We love you still. You don't have to play video games. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
No.
What am I playing right now?
Or what have you played recently?
Ball X Pit. I'm playing that. Oh,
I like this guy now. I like this guy. That's an indie game, bro. That's not something that's like in the mainstream, okay? That's cool. He might even play the Greek games. I'm just saying, okay? Maybe I'll give him a pass just because he's cool. He likes video games, okay?
also, I was too scared to play them when I was younger, but I just started playing all of the Resident Evil games. I hadn't played. I started with 2 remake. I was like, oh, this is really scary.
He felt left out, says Mike. Given recent history, would be extremely easy to do better than Nolan. I didn't think the Odyssey was that bad. I think it was pretty good. I don't know if it's my favorite one, but I think it's not as bad as some people say it is, you know?
Here we go. I'm on 7 now, and it's the first-person perspective is terrifying. Yeah. No, I will never play that game in VR. I'm still too scared for that.
Oh, my God, yeah. I played the VR version and noped the hell out in that first build. No, not for me. Berlina, what about you?
So I'm very new to video games.
Okay.
And I watched all the cinematics when I got the gig. And so I felt like I just knew all your lines. But I've just recently started playing 2018 God of War.
Nice.
Yeah. And the Spartan Rage, I love it.
I hear that one's okay. That's cool.
Okay.
I've had to really cut back on games just because I've got arthritis in my thumbs. I don't see as well. Okay,
No, Chris! Now you make me feel bad. Don't say that it's a hand problem. Don't do that. Now I feel bad for making fun of you. All right. He's got arthritis. He gets a pass. He can watch the cutscenes, I guess. It's all good, you know.
Why I really stopped is because my kids started clowning me, and so I couldn't take it. Like my oldest son is here, I think, somewhere, and but we still, in the few times that we get together, we still have Tekken tournaments.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So that's kind of where it kind of is. I'll watch them play, but yeah, my own involvement involves what's his name? Eddie.
Oh,
over the years I've memorized the buttons for his moves.
The capoeira guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice. That's very good. Deborah?
Yeah, I'm currently playing Ghost of Yote. Woo!
There you go.
I'm absolutely mesmerized by it. And I'm such a completionist. Like, I still have only fought one Yote boss because I just want to do everything, get every altar, go to every shrine, do all the things.
That's amazing.
I'm completely blown away by it, and I'm sort of playing because I'd like to be able to play Laufey on like regular difficulty, maybe even push it a little bit.
I can hook you up.
Thank you. So I don't know. I'm practicing. I'm trying to play so I can get really good at all the combos.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's great. I would ask you, Ariel, but honestly, we don't let you play anything but face.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
you don't get to play anything else. All right, look, you guys were amazing. You're amazing panelists, and you, my 4,000 closest friends, are absolutely amazing. Is it cool if I get a picture with you guys? All right, cool. Ariel, let's
Deborah like me. Deborah like me for real. I must get all the things. Justice for Jin Sakai. Bro, I guarantee you Jin Sakai is coming back, okay? I feel it in my bones that he's coming back.
You're gonna get to take that. Let's all get together.
PlayStation was like, for the thumbnail, guys.
Let's go in. Break it. Up higher. Up higher? There it is. Yeah.
I took a photo.
Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Thank you for letting me take a photo with you guys. We have one more thing to show. Thank you again to the panelists. Have a really awesome Comic-Con, everybody.
Well, that's that, boys. Sorry. That is that. Schizoanalysis begins. Here, I'll make it. I'll free my brethren from the pits of Tartarus. The pits of pay-gating. Pay-gating? Wait, that sounds wrong. Paywalling Tartarus. Give me a sec. Well, I'll let you guys join for a little bit. Oh, it's not here. Give me just a minute, guys. Where is it? How do you do this? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Hang on with me for a second. I have forgotten how to do this, okay? Open the floodgates. Hey man, everybody here watching is a God of War fan, okay? I don't wanna leave them out just because they can't pay, you know, and it's not. Where is it? Oh, customization, here we go. Alright, everyone, here you go. Release from the gates of Tartarus. There you go. Everybody can join now. But yeah, I was surprised that there was I'm free! The hobo with a shotgun is the first one coming out of Tartarus. Welcome, bro. Welcome. Yeah, I came into this thing. Expecting only to see what we've already had seen, and it just I guess it's different just watching it and you getting to actually listen carefully to the things. I was mind blown. Like, they took the whole golf thing. People in the news sites, they took the whole golf thing. It's like they made it all about The Last of Us, where it's like the lore guy in me is like, wait a second. She was asked to use it as an axe. That is huge, guys. That is confirming something that we didn't know about before. Okay? It could confirm that the axe will be coming back as a secondary weapon, but it could also be a flashback. It could also be momentarily with the what my wife said with the Light of Alfheim thing. There's a couple of possibilities that are really interesting. We also saw that we heard that Frank and Kratos might be in the same scene. That's also huge because it kind of rules out the idea that it's not in Faye's mind. That it's in Faye's mind. It's interesting. It's interesting. Dean says, Zaddy, zonzu it. I had to, Ed. Oh, thank you so much, Alenka Apaki the Third. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. Or they could be telling how she made the axe to begin with in the flashbacks. That would be cool too. Getting to see the creation of the axe itself. Because even I forgot. I think it might have been Deborah or Ariel. They might have slipped up. They said like, "Oh yeah, she's very obsessed with getting back to a specific time." And I'm like, you can't be saying that when your game is about the Everywind and how it might be related to the block universe and you can go into the past and future easily, right? You can't be saying that. That's a little bit bold to say because you're gonna have people like me who are gonna run with it and be like, "Oh, what specific time is she talking about? What could that be? And yeah, like you said, hobo with a shotgun. What if it's the creation of the Leviathan X? It's too many. There's too many important Norse moments for us to pick right now. But it's like, that is interesting. That is very interesting. What did you say, Mike? Hung polishing his band hammer real quick. Are you trying to give me? Did I say that wrong? I think I said it wrong. I don't know about that. You know, I don't know about that. Yeah, but you missed the part that the actor of Laufey said that Faye, she messed up and caused a big war. Could it be multiple gods versus multiple gods? I think she was just talking about that moment in the announcement where she blew up the little jail cell that she had, and it cost like a. I think she just went fake. Because again, it's not that I'm looking down on these actors, but they are actors. You know, they just kind of describe things how they see it, and I don't know if they see the whole picture fully. I don't know how they do like these scene recordings. I don't know if it's in order. We talked about talked about that before. We don't know if that's in order or if it's completely out of order. Like, she might just be describing what she thinks is a war, but it's just a small skirmish, if you will. You know, he's wearing an Egyptian necklace. Yeah, that's what the video. I mean, I can give me a sec. I can kind of show you without spoiling anything. Give me a sec. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can show you for a second. Like the videos that I'm currently working on right now. So I did this one, the Phoenix symbol thing. I have this one. These two I wrote a long time ago. Calliope and the Everywind. Where is Atreus? See, they have the little asterisk mark. So those are videos that I have to talk about in the future. I also have the idea for Laufey versus Thor rematch, and I'm doing next Kratos game in Egypt because of the Egyptian necklace. So right now I have to add a couple more here because it's interesting, and I don't know if I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the head from back. My hair looks weird. What was I saying? I want to do like a compilation of things they talked about here that could be significant. What I'm doing right now, I'm gonna make it in a way that's more digestible for regular viewers, not just live stream viewers, and just kind of like talk about those things to kind of generate some topics for the community to discuss, and then we take it from there. Because man, the axe thing is the one that I took. That is huge. I see that as being huge because like this could confirm a number of things, but it is confirming something related to the whole Valkyrie situation, right? But I'm interested to see how all of that stuff connects to God of War Laufey as well. Hell, I find it to be an interesting topic in the series right now. I mean, hell in Norse mythology, just because this concept of like there's been 10 rulers in Hell's lifetime, and it's like 10 rulers. Were they all like Norse beings? Like, what does that even mean, right? I feel like there's more to the creation of the pantheons that Santa Monica has not discussed yet, and they might be beginning to unpack that in God of War Laufey, you know? Cuba, are you actually Cuban? Do you look like Fidel Castro a bit now with that hair and beard? I am Cuban. I look like Fidel. Viva la revolution! Yeah, I am Cuban, bro. I am Cuban. Thank you, because it means that my accent's not really coming through, but I can bring it out. I can bring it out, you know? Yes, I love the Laufey versus Thor rematch video. Yeah, I have an idea for that. I have, because there's two ways they could have Thor in God of War Laufey. But sometimes I like to think about possible boss fights, how they could play out, like the context behind them. And I have a really good one. I think I have a really cool idea, and I had to write it down before I forget it, because hey, I just you know, my memory sucks sometimes, you know. Hey, people, be afraid. I'm not pro revolution. I just want to make sure, you know. I'm not for the Cuban revolution. That was someone said that I was like, look like Castro, you know. The big lion creature in the Everyone has green eyes, and the big creatures in the comics have green eyes, meaning they were from the Everyone. Wait, do they have green eyes? I mean, not the comic one. I know the comic ones too, but did the big cat have it? Hold on a second. I want to see that. I want to see that for myself right now. Because, man, I don't know how I didn't notice that in my breakdown video. Oh my god! It's got green eyes! Huh. It doesn't prove it, but it makes it a possibility. He's got green eyes, bro. Oh my god, bro. And it's a giant creature, just like the ones from the comics. That's a good observation, man. That could be interesting. Who said that? Hold on a second. I gotta screenshot that in case I make a video. Alright. 1 second, let me screenshot it so I can give credit. There we go. I'm gonna save that later. But yeah. What if the everyone is in the past and that's why Thor said this feels familiar while fighting Kratos? No, I think that's because they literally did fight in the past in Vanaheim. I don't think there's anything deep about that. But I don't want to spoil it, man. I don't want to spoil my Thor video. I don't want to do it, you know. Chaos Beast idea, that's a dope idea. No, it's just interesting that, yeah, like the Beast, the Chaos Beast and Fallen God have green eyes. And it could not be anything big, I get that, you know. But it's so interesting that the big creature in the everyone that we've seen so far also has green eyes. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do think there's at least a small connection between the place in the Fallen God comics and the everyone itself. I know they don't look the same, but this could be a situation like the Greek gods in the Greek games. Obviously, they're like in God of War 1, they look different than they did in God of War 2. It's like they haven't really figured out a look for it in Fallen God yet. But then this is what it looks like in God of War Laufey. You know, they nailed down the look on it. So it's one of those things where, like, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that it could be from the everyone, you know. These masks and the green is a common theme between them, and the portal that was open, and I think a piece of the mask was missing in Faye's hand, which is why it wasn't fully open. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'll have to read that again later. Yeah, shush, don't spoil. Faye said she wasn't feeling whole. Maybe she gets whole when they spread her ashes at the end of God of War 2018, because there's like a gold shine similar to when she got sent to the every. Look, the whole ashes thing might have something deeper to it, you know, because I'm not gonna play it back. But in the release date announcement for God of War Laufey, like how the Phoenix comes to be, it looks a lot like the ashes, and I should have mentioned that in my video. It was like, I wonder if it is something to it. I know that Morse found that on the pouch where Kratos carries the ashes, it also has like a phoenix on it, and I think he said it was a phoenix. I think it could be wrong. Follow Morse on Twitter. He's got a lot of cool stuff on his page there. Yeah, it could be. That could also tie into it. That's the most exciting thing about modern God of War games, like this connection that Corey is building upon. It's like, yeah, every game is related to each other. We're gonna see hints of the new game in older games, and it's cool, you know. It's just really cool. Could the gods and the everyone have rated upper pantheons in the past? Could Norse mythology be next, seeking revenge on Faye? Could they have? I mean, we know at least the Persian pantheon tried to invade the Greek one, right? So if it's happened once, I wonder if it's happened in the past. I also have another idea, and I think this could, if I am right with what Cory Barlog did, and by not telling us a part of the story, it could be one of his most brilliant parts of this whole God of War journey. It's interesting, and it really hit me. Like, I made the connection where I really noticed what he was doing in Fallen God. I'm like, oh wow, you tied what happened in Fallen God with that interview an IGN he did after God of War 2018, and it was like, it just makes sense. In Fallen God, the whole thing about the story is Kratos learning to accept his curse. And what is the curse? The curse is to kill. At the beginning, he doesn't really want to kill. He's just kind of like throwing the blades away because they represent his past, his bloody and savage past, so he's trying to get rid of it, right? But Athena and Thoth convince him that he must embrace his destiny. And when he takes up the blades, what does he do? He causes chaos, and it destroys him, right? It's interesting that what Cory Barlog might be doing with the Fallen God comics is leaving a gap in the God of War universe for, in case they need to return to like a more bloody Kratos, they could go back to it. They haven't really told us how long that time between God of War 3 and 2018 has been. What if it was hundreds of years? Most likely it was hundreds of years, right? How many gods did he kill there? What if Cory Barlog is like, okay, I know I'm going all in with the whole story thing, but I also know that you know, going back to the Greek games, what made God of War so fun was the level of violence, you know, like how over the top he is. Why don't we just reserve within that big story that I'm telling a small section that we could return to in case fans don't really like where we're going with the story, and just give them the angry Kratos again. I wonder if that's what he's doing, you know? Shave your beard, you're gonna look like Kratos. My wife won't let me shave my beard. I'm sorry, man. Corey confirmed this 1,000 years or so. I don't think he has. Where did he do that? I don't remember that. Fallen God allowed Kratos to be emotionally available again. I'm not sure about that. I mean, he opened up, like, in a way, he's like, he got to face, like, his, who he is, or who he think he is, right? But it's not, like he said in the panel, it's not until he meets Faye that it's like, okay, I can change. But that whole gap, and in the interview with IGN, Corey said that, yeah, I want that time between God of War 3 and God of War 2018 to cover the depths that Kratos went to. I'm like, the depths? Like, not the depths, I mean the lowest of the lowest or something like that, where it's like, oh, he was doing some shit, some serious shit in between God of War 3 and 2018. What was he doing? They're saving that time, I think, in case they need to return to a more bloody, a more like violent theme for the series. I feel like, you know, we would see Sun Wukong from Black Myth possibly in Laufey collab on the Everyone. I mean, at this point, look, I'm gonna get back to the question. I'm sorry, I rant a lot. Okay, something I've noticed, and I feel kind of bad for Santa Monica. Not really, they're doing fine just now, but it's like, man, they could have made so much money if they had the foresight, you know, that Christopher Nolan was gonna make an Odyssey movie. Because I saw that Assassin's Creed Odyssey went up in sales, right? And it's like, oh man, if they had made a God of War Odyssey, because we know from Ragnarok that it is canon, right? If they had made like an Odyssey God of War game, that God of War game would have blown up in popularity after the Christopher Nolan thing. The reason I'm saying that is because I think with Black Myth Wukong, people were exposed to the Monkey King story, and it's like, oh wow, this character's super cool. Like, I want to know more about it. I think it would be dumb if they don't capitalize on that fame. You get what I mean? It would be silly not to, right? Will that happen in the Everyone? I don't know. But I think Wukong eventually will come into the series. I don't know in what sense. It would be interesting, because I know Wukong dies a bunch of times, right? So it's like, dies, goes to the Everyone maybe? There's room there. They can do some stuff there, you know? It would be interesting if they could capitalize on that, you know? But maybe that's me, more of like the YouTuber brain thinking, like, oh, how do we capitalize on something that's popular right now, you know? But it could work. I'm saying it could work if they were to do it. I'm burping. I'm so sorry, guys. My theory is the Everyone has said in the past, and that's how she will interact with Kratos in Atreus' path. I don't think it's in the past. The Everyone seems to take place outside of space-time. It's the block universe, if you will. Past, present, and future are all happening at the same time, which makes it such an interesting concept from a science fiction standpoint. Everything okay, honey?
Yeah.
Get a little bit sleepy? Do you a little nappy?
Yeah.
Anyway. What if Atreus is the one leading the Everyone somehow? I don't know what you mean. Atreus in the Everyone? I think Atreus is probably going to have his own thing in his own game, like later on, right? But it's interesting. Story-wise, the series is moving in an interesting direction, and I'm down to see where they take it, you know? But again, I've been saying this a lot in this stream, but I do worry about it sometimes, because it's there's many aspects of it that are starting to sound too much like Marvel, and I don't want the same thing to happen. I don't want people to lose interest like Marvel has in a way, you know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna end it here, guys. My phone is almost at 12% actually. So next stream will be Wednesday. If I can, I'll probably like make an announcement tomorrow. So Wednesday we'll be doing Castlevania Lords of Shadow. We'll continue with part 2. And then Friday, I'm hoping I can continue my challenge of God of War 1. Or it might be a continuation of God of War 20, depending on what I'm feeling, you know. But, yeah, hopefully I can get back to a normal schedule, because it's a little bit chaotic, you know. But just bear with me. I'm still doing videos. I'm still working behind the scenes. It's just a little bit hard to get stuff out. I do want to thank all the new members. I want to thank all of you who sent super chats. You guys are awesome. And if you can't do those things and just gave the video a like and shared it, hey, that's a great help as well. So I really do appreciate it. And but yeah, that's that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Until then, remember, go forth in the blades, in the name of Olympus. Bye.